The Falls Count Everywhere podcast would like to mention our friends at the following. For the most intriguing wrestling stories and info on independent shows in multiple regions, nobody does it like We Talk Wrestling. Subscribe to Facebook's #1 interactive community for professional wrestling today. Pro wrestling on Tuesdays are a blast with the Wrestle Talk podcast. Join the entire crew every Tuesday at 7 p.m. as they bring their takes on the major circuits, showcase interviews with various indie stars, and news on the #1 fantasy wrestling promotion, the FWWC. Visit them at facebook.com/WrestleTalkPodcast and at WrestleTalkCast on YouTube and X.
All of us here show appreciation and love to our first responders, military, and volunteers that help our nation as well as protect and serve us every day. Thank you for all you do.
Get ready for episode number 161 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. As this week's panel discussed the past week in the major brands of professional wrestling, discussing the developing stories in AEW, review the results and highlights from TNA Victory Road, and recap all the action from Raw, NXT, and SmackDown from the first WWE week on the USA Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Everybody, welcome here. It is episode number 161 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. We don't have any special party lights on one of our feeds, but hey, we're getting the party started, and we're glad that you're here. If you're watching, make sure you're sharing that show. Make sure you're following, liking, and subscribing. Of course, if you got another smart device, go and hit that QR code up in the top left-hand corner of our screen. That will take you to everywhere we're at on the interwebs, as us rednecks would say here. But I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby here on the top left-hand corner. Conspicuous by his absence here, the Gem City Mount Zmiz had some emergency illness come up here, and definitely wish him the best in getting better with that. And who knows, like I said, he'll probably chime in maybe down the road, maybe on our feeds, but I got some great company here with me this week, but it's all We Talk Wrestling, fam. So they didn't need a key to break in this week. I just let them in. Why not? Just open the door like, just come on in, sit down. But we got Austin Cage here in the top right-hand corner, and joining us, I believe, for the first time, Dustin from We Talk Wrestling is here. And Dustin, you're here for the first time, man, breaking your cherry here on Falls Count Everywhere. How's it going tonight, man?
Oh, it's going great. I'm excited.
Oh, man. And Austin back up here with us yet again. Anything new in your life, Austin, since you've been with us last, or just the same old, hitting the grind as always?
As always, man, I'm trying to get my house ready for renting to move in my fiance's house, but outside of that, working like hell. One thing I want to point out, Ruby, that opening picture, where you and Zach are standing next to each other and you're pointing out to the TV screen? Yeah, I'm not voting for you.
You're not voting for me. I'm not running, damn it. I want to get shot at. so I'm not running. Oh shoot, man! We kind of we move into the fun part of our week here because we don't have to worry about all of that nonsense because we all know it's going to catch up with us eventually. We don't need to put our attention to it. We need to put our attention to good things such as professional wrestling, which is what we do here every Sunday night here on Falls Count Everywhere. And like I said, episode number 161, and of course, with our collaboration this week, we've got some things happening. AEW's actually trying to stir the pot a little bit. We're going to talk overall about AEW. We'll be putting up the results for Rampage and for Dynamite first, then Rampage, then Collision. Kind of just touching on storylines that are developing here with that, and kind of talk about some things that's happened on Dynamite. Otherwise, with that, and then of course after that we will move on to TNA Victory Road. That was this past Friday. Big event there, and of course that leads to Bound for Glory that will happen at the end of October. And then we'll take a break in the middle of all that. We got a new fresh set of gold memes here for you this week. And then after that, we're going to recap the entire week of WWE on the USA Network from Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. And some things to expect there leading up to Bad Blood on the first weekend of October. So
October 5th.
Yeah, man. So so Frank's here in the house here tonight. Yeah, Frank, how you doing? And then also another good buddy of ours here from We Talk Wrestling, Zeke, is in the house watching here live from the bar. All right. So you guys are watching from the bar. Awesome, man. Hopefully you got some good sound equipment out there at the bar to kind of project our voices out here tonight, because we're sure here to entertain. Once again, join in with the conversation with your questions, comments, whatever. But we're going to be getting underway here regarding with all of our all our lead here contest here. Good Lord. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like much of a contest when it comes to ratings, when it comes to AEW, and even with that with NXT, and we'll break into that here because some pictures are surfacing once again, gentlemen, on focusing on Collision and how weak of a turnout that was. And I just kind of wonder, man. It just I honestly would like to see all wrestling thrive. I just hate seeing nonsense wrestling, but it looks like they're trying to make a turn here. But trying to get
it ain't looking great.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get to that here. First we'll talk about let's kind of talk about with Jack Perry though. He's still on his TNT title run. And just he was able to defend against Leo Rush on Dynamite, and then he went right back on Collision. Apparently Christopher Daniels called him out on Rampage, and he wanted a shot at Jack Perry to get the TNT title, and had failed there, but apparently was a really good contest on Collision. But I guess kind of overall, I kind of want to get your feelings here in regards to. It seems that Jack Perry, the whole thing that happened last year with the voice of the voiceless, seems to be drifted off in the sunset now, and really he's bringing it into his own. So, and it almost seems that, I mean, I can't recall. Is Jack Perry still part of the Elite, or did he pretty much desert the Jacksons? Or it just seems like he's just onto his own right now.
I haven't seen him like since they did that big tag team match or whatever. What was it? That steel cage match.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him together since then.
Yeah, I think it was just kind of like maybe a one-off thing, but unfortunately with AEW they do these whole faction things, and there'll be a faction one week, next week they're not, and it's like with Pac. Like Pac just randomly got thrown into the Combat Club, and don't know where he came from.
Yeah.
Take your kid to work day. I don't know.
like I said, I told you, the Gem City Mouth, our buddy here is listening here. So apparently he's still with the Elite, and yeah. So consistent storytelling, AEW does not do that very well at this point in their production, but uh, yeah. But we'll talk more about that. Zmiz would be even better, man, if you were here. But we can understand why you're not here, buddy. And but we're gonna rock this out here tonight. And let me tell you, you're not gonna be disappointed with what we got to bring here for you tonight. Man. So going back here to Dynamite with Ricochet, having a decent showing against Sammy Guevara. Guevara, excuse me, I can't even say his name right. Some of these guys just, go ahead. I'm sorry, man. I couldn't.
It's fine. I mean, I know what you want to say, and I know what I want to say, but there's kids present, so we can't say what we really want to say. But that was actually that was a really good match, shockingly enough. Because at first, what was it? Ricochet kept on telling the people to move that one spot in the corner when he flipped over the guardrail, and Kid almost got smoked in his head by Ricochet's foot. I mean, I don't know how it is, what this means to anybody, but usually that means get out of my way. But, people are dumber than a box of rocks.
Well, I mean, you deal with some people in Indiana, but they were in the state of Kentucky. So, I mean, we're just that.
There's only a bridge separating them.
Hey, whoa. I'm in Kentucky. Hang on. Let's back that up real quick.
Hey, look, I tell these guys all the time, if I head south, I find Kentucky good for one thing: 15 cents cheaper gas than what it is from Evansville. About it. Other than that, I'm going straight through.
I think when he was doing this, I think that's like the road.
Don't you dare!
I think that's the road hand signal for left turn when they're on their bikes. I mean, I just.
I'm glad you didn't quote what I thought you were about to, Ruby, because I would have left right now.
I don't know what you thought I was going to say, but we're not going to say it.
No. I mean,
we won't say it.
Yeah, he's got a brother that gets on your nerves. Let's just go with that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Logan, welcome to the show. Welcome once again. Logan was watching last week here, and glad to see you back here watching again here with us, Logan. But, I mean, to me, Dustin, it still seems kind of odd with Ricochet. It doesn't seem that he's making strides just yet. I mean, I know he's only had his third match in AEW, but it still just seems kind of odd with Ricochet in AEW, and it doesn't seem to move the needle for me yet. Just with him.
Well, I think the thing that a lot of superstars think is that they're like, oh, I wrestled for this massive company and I left there, so I think I'm going to get this even bigger pop, and not as big as a company, but still a big company. And it just doesn't play out that way. I mean, you look at like Will Ospreay, he was a huge star in New Japan, went over to AEW, and it was just kind of like, cool, Will Ospreay. And then, same with Mercedes Moné. No one cared. It's just they think they're a bigger name than they are. Like, don't get me wrong, like Ricochet can put on a match. Like that man.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's just his promo skills aren't there. He has no character. It's just that's all he is. He's a flippy guy, and I like seeing it. It's cool. He's great. From what I've seen, he's a safe worker. But it's just the fact that there's nothing there. Like, who is Ricochet? I feel like that's why he's not getting the momentum and the cheers and the pops and all this stuff that he needs.
Right. Well, here's one thing and I watched his match, and he's been doing this with a lot of guys that he's been in the ring with. And I see this a lot too, but when it first started, it was cool. I'm like, yeah, they're doing the same, move sets, like one move, one right after another, or they're attempting the same move and they're blocking each other. And then it's like, he's done that way too much recently, and it's getting old quick. Have something original. And also another thing here that probably would make Ricochet a little bit more interesting, and this is the purpose of a professional wrestling manager when your promo skills are not at its peak, or you can't get yourself over with your promo skills, get somebody to do the talking for you. He should have at least been a part of the Hurt business when it was still around in WWE. He should have been that. He should have been part of that, because, let his manager do the talking for him, and then he could do all the actions inside the ring. He don't need to talk. Let his manager do the talking for him. This is what it should have been. At least that's what I would have called it. I just.
But honestly, like with an AEW, what face managers are there?
Yeah.
Because I honestly I can't think of one.
Well, I mean, the only thing there's Don Callis, for one. He's got all the Japanese. He's got to have all the Japanese with them, because they can't speak. They can barely speak English there. No offense, but they can barely speak a lick of English as it is. Like I can barely speak a lick of English as it is. But
football's only played in the South.
Here, let me put my teeth back in so I know how to speak. Come on. Oh, I'm killing myself here. Oh, but
I think the other thing is like he's a.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess we'll get his. Comment whenever he comes back. I guess when we go in there. Yeah. One thing I wanted to talk about here, though, also moving on, is before we get into the main event of what Dynamite was, but the learning tree. So, wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Is he back in? Yay! Hey, Dustin. I'm sorry. Go ahead and continue with your comment, because you're about to say something and you just like. Troop.
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize. My bad. So I was like, with like Ricochet with a manager, how many small guys do you typically see with a manager? Because like usually it's like, for example, you have Paul Heyman with Brock Lesnar, and then you have MVP with Bobby Lashley, and then you had Lio Rush with Bobby Lashley. It's like a small guy and a manager just kind of, usually with a small guy, they usually just have a muscle dude because they have good promo skills, but they need that muscle. So I think with Ricochet, a manager just probably really wouldn't work with him, because he's not, if a manager's in a tight spot where he's about to get beat up, it's like, oh, here comes little Ricochet to do his flips. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't think, a manager to help with promo skills, but he's not. I just don't think a manager fits with a smaller statured guy, because they're not intimidating.
Yeah. I get, I guess if you're looking for that too, but I think it could also still work for a guy who is very technically sound, but can barely speak a lick.
I guess you do have like CM Punk. CM Punk had Paul Heyman, and he didn't need Paul Heyman at all, really.
No, he really didn't. He didn't.
But he's not a big dude.
Yeah.
But their stories always connected, because they always mentioned each other, so that's why they put them together.
Yeah.
But it still worked out for the better,
Oh yeah.
Over as a heel. But also too, Punk made a huge turn on Raw 1000 against The Rock, and he needed somebody to push him further as a heel. So that's why they put Paul Heyman at the time, because Paul Heyman wasn't really that much, even still in 2012. So that's the main reason why they put CM Punk with Paul Heyman there. So
or the thing you could do is you switch Ricochet to a heel, and then you give him kind of like a Rob Van Dam, Paul Heyman mixture, like in the in ECW, or when they did the whole one night stand thing. That would work for Ricochet, I feel like, because he has the expressions of a heel. Like if you look at him when he's angry or mad, like he looks like he could be like, he looks like a heel when he smiles and he does the whole face thing. It's kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't do it for me. I feel like a heel Ricochet is what he needs to kind of push himself a little further, because we haven't seen really a heel Ricochet.
I'll say if he goes heel, I can't remember the guy's name. He was like the so-called manager of Ring of Honor, but he's a manager now. What is that guy's name?
It's escaping me right now, but I could have swore that King Ricochet was kind of a not too big of a face when we had King Ricochet. I thought King Ricochet was more of a heel type of gimmick, though. I don't know. I just have to refresh my memory on that.
He's like a shorter black dude. I can't remember his name. The only reason it's coming to my mind is because when he made fun of Eddie Kingston when he said, "All you do is eat Burger King and smoke Newports." I cannot remember that guy's name, but I just remember that line when Kingston was the champion.
Dude, that was funny. Yeah. If I tend to move around a lot, it's due to something else with me not having fleas. By the way, thanks.
This man said you had fleas.
Yeah. No.
Wow.
Hey. Uh-oh.
Is my girl here?
I think he may be here. Hold on. I'm going to have to try to get him on and make some arrangements here. Give me one moment.
Say his name and he'll appear.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. While we're talking about this, because we got to talking, man, and I'm glad that it looks like our boy is actually going to be here. So just give me one moment here. I'm going to mix this around here, and then so bear with us, guys. Here, we're just kind of do what we can, and things happen, but things happen for the better. So is that good? That's good. No, this can't be good enough. Okay. Hey, guess what, guys?
There she is.
You can
Back to the flashing lights.
Hold on.
Well, we already did the horn earlier, but yeah, why not?
There we go. Now we're set.
Sorry. I'm sorry for the late arrival. Zmiz just all of a sudden got like very under the weather, and my dinner came back up. So, but I am here. And ready to conversate.
Yep. So I'm sure that you've been listening. Also in the background here, we're talking about AEW. We've mentioned we've talked more about Ricochet. We've also talked more about with Jack Perry. Obviously, you were kind of talking with that. So we're just playing all the results down at the bottom, but and what's coming up here. But any comments on what we talked about so far?
Not really. You guys have hit pretty much nail in the pocket, but like Ricochet, the one thing that I have to say about Ricochet is, let's face it, the guy is talented in the ring, but his best character was under a mask, and he was a prince. That's when he was the best. He didn't talk. Because Ricochet is just a match guy, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's literally nothing wrong with that. But that's the way he needs to be built, is that he's just a match guy, that he doesn't talk much. He doesn't give much BS. He's just in the ring, and that's it. And it's funny that you said, like, one of my issues with that match is how much Sammy Guevara and him matched each other, right?
Yeah.
We go back to WrestleMania, okay? So that our fans don't think, oh, these guys just shit on AEW. That's not the case. No. Not the case at all. Because I'm about to poop on one of my favorite wrestlers that is currently in WWE, but they had a match at WrestleMania last year, and it was Jimmy and Jey Uso. And that match was hot effing garbage. Effing garbage.
Did not live up to the hype.
No, because those men, both are great as their own individual person, but when you have such a moveset that is mirroring one another, you have to be the right people to do that kind of match, in my opinion. And it has to be set up correctly. Even those two brothers missed the mark. That was easily the lowest match on that card.
Yeah.
And that's one of the issues that I have with like AEW. I love AEW. I think AEW is great. I think there's a bunch of great stuff. You're not going to hear me really dog AEW at all. I think they're finally trying to establish real storylines. And people are like, oh, AEW's... Yes, they have. They've always, from day one, had storylines. But they're loose. They're very, very loose storylines. They're very open for interpretation. They're very... oh, that guy got hurt. We can move this ball that way. It's not a linear, like, there's no real structure line where WWE kind of has a more structured line to where, yes, it might be more predictable, but it still has an established, like, this is the direction. 3 months from now, if you stop watching wrestling and come back 3 months, you still understand where the hell you are in the storyline. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
AEW's
DDP.
doing great. They're having some great stuff, and they're building some good storylines. I'm very invested in the John Moxley stuff right now. So, like,
That too. Yeah.
I can't say negative things. I'm just saying Ricochet going there when you have Will Ospreay, Sammy Guevara, Hologram, Commander. The list goes on and on of dudes that do just flips and tricks. Be great, and I'm not against it. If they mesh too much, they mesh too much. That's the issue. Like, I love a good standoff. I love a good standoff where they're one-upping each other, but it's been done so much. It loses the value of the moves, and that's one of the things that AEW does. They lose value of moves. And WWE is just as bad. Cody Rhodes did like 3 freaking crossroads again, and I was just bitching last week about people not holding on to their finishers, and a finisher used to be done. That's it. F5, done. Stunner, done. Pedigree, done. Now these dudes are kicking out of everything. It's just like, it doesn't... Where's the value, guys? Where's the meat and potatoes type of thing? Yeah. Nice sneeze.
And he's overdoing that Cody cutter too.
Yeah.
And the disaster kick.
Yeah, okay. But that's a whole different conversation.
I'm just saying.
I will say the only issue the only complaint I have with AEW is the fact that Darby Allin won his title opportunity for Grand Slam, and now he's defending his opportunity for his title shot against Moxley at Grand Slam. It's like that's the only issue I'm having with AEW right now, is that doesn't make sense. Like, if they did it on the Rampage or the Collision before, or the Dynamite before, fine. But they're doing it at Grand Slam.
That's, once again, I think it's also...
Bryan Danielson apparently is not ready to compete at Grand Slam. So that's why Moxley put himself in that place to try to take his title shot, and eventually the winner of that will go on to Wrestle Dream to wrestle for the AEW World Title, I believe.
And the bigger story is, like, what Moxley have in line for the company, you know, because he said the company's not owned by them anymore. Who's them? Because he was talking to Tony Schiavone. Who's Tony Schiavone? Like, be honest, like, you don't own the company. The dude's never owned the company. So there's certain things that are misses. And then Nigel McGuinness is like, oh, I got to talk to Tony Khan. I have something important. And then he's out there challenging Daniels. And then this last Collision, he's like, by the way, great promo. This was an excellent, excellent promo that Nigel gave. But Nigel's also one of the best hands-down wrestlers in the world. And if you don't give him his flowers, you're an idiot, because the dude's amazing.
He's incredible.
But Nigel goes, this isn't for the title. Win, loss, Daniels, you're keeping the title. He's like, I just want to hurt you. I just want to take you out. That's all his MO. So show up or don't show up. Yeah. It's leaning towards Moxley's getting that belt, and that's where it's going to go. But I would love to see Darby actually destroy Moxley and then go on, take the title, and then somehow join Moxley. But that's a different issue. I don't know how it's going to go. Is Darby going to stay Sting straight and narrow, or is he going to take the black sheep approach and follow Moxley? That's the real question right there, and that's what people aren't even seeing. There's the storyline inside of a storyline right there that AEW is attempting, or at least the fan of me hopes that's what they're doing.
Yeah. And another thing though that did happen this week, and we have to be entertained from the learning tree with Jericho. And apparently,
spare change.
Yeah,
change.
with the whole $7,000 he's owed, and so it cuts Orange Cassidy in the back, and dropped off his $7,000 in his Bentley convertible, cracking his windshield with $7,000 in coins.
Why did that remind me of when Stone Cold filled up Vince's car with cement? I don't know why it just gave me like like a vision of that. Like obviously less damaging and
Oh
less.
no, the windshield was damaged with all them coins sitting in that once. That windshield was cracked. I mean, it's spider webbed. But yeah, I like how he put in $1 and took maybe like 10 cents back. Like, okay, yeah, now you've got shade.
And the fact that he still had that jacket from that long ago, that's what cracked me up.
with the orange on it. Like,
He's still wearing it.
I know a lot of people like to crap on Jericho still, and like they're like, "Oh, Jericho's so washed up, so old," this, that. Like, Jericho's still giving us bangers, and I'm sorry. My wife and I were discussing this because she saw Big Bill come out, right? And she's like, "Is that Big Cass?" I'm like, "No, that's Big Bill." And she's like, "No, it's Big." I'm like, "No, it's Big Bill." And Big Bill is actually almost cooler than Big Cass, in my opinion. I love the fact that Big Bill like stand there and like listens to him. And then this past week, he said that like if you think there's friends in this business, Jericho's saying in that promo, you have something to look out for. And Big Bill's like giving him the side eye, like, "Wait a minute, bro. You just said that." And then Brian's over here like, yeah. Brian Keith, pure gold. I love it. It's giving these two guys that haven't got the proper spotlight some true like rub spot with Jericho. Jericho's being his goofy, dumb self. And if fans don't start to realize that some of these wrestlers are starting to realize what trends in this world, and the reason Jericho stayed on top for so long is because he listens to the fans. Like, he's one of the few people that listen to the fans. He knows that he's a meme.
Mm-hmm.
He understands that he's a meme of wrestling. That's what the list was. That's what, so many things about Jericho is literally him pandering to the dumb marks that sit in their mom's basement, or us that sit here on this podcast and talk. Literally, that's what he's doing. That's what's.
You're welcome.
That's what. That's why he's doing it. That's why Joe Hendry works so well. It's because they know that that's what they are. And that's not a negative thing. That's not a knock on either of those guys, because it's commendable when you can legitimately follow the fandom, or even the wrestlers in the business are like, "Oh, that's really, man, why didn't I think about that? That's really good." And they start to gear themselves towards it. Jericho's just a damn wrestling meme. That's all he is.
Wow.
Ruby, I need to trademark the mom in the basement thing.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, yeah.
That's mine, damn it. That's mine.
Well, it's mine now, mofo.
Yeah. I guess one last thing we'll talk about AEW is the I want to kind of get your thoughts on the tag team casino gauntlet match that actually eventually had 9 teams involved before it was all said and done. I mean, holy cow.
Okay, so you and I talked about this a while back with I think it was it was Wembley, I think it was.
Yeah.
When they did that ladder match where
the casino ladder match.
The triple threat, right?
Well,
the trios ladder match. That's what it was.
Oh, the trios. Yeah.
We were like, there's too many people in the ring. There's too much going on. This is the first time that AEW, I think, got it completely right with all those people in the ring, because I thoroughly was invested in that. I'm thoroughly excited to see Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher go against the Bucks. I'm pretty sure I know the outcome of that feud and what's going to happen. I'm leaning on Kyle Fletcher turning on Will Ospreay. So if that's not what you guys are saying, then so be it. But that's where I'm putting my cards right now is Kyle Fletcher turns on Will Ospreay because they don't get the job done. And the Young Bucks keep the title. It could be a really good match. The Young Bucks do put on a good show, even though they are dweebs, in my opinion. They're goofballs. I like and enjoy their bad guy personas right now. The EVP thing that they're doing and not actually having matches, then coming out on the internet saying that they're supposedly getting less dates and this big that's storytelling. That's right there is storytelling. They're using all of their avenues to tell a story, and then you have two guys that literally come off on TV as the biggest pricks ever, and you want them to get their asses beat. You want to see them get hit. So I'm down with it. I'm totally open with what's going on.
They don't have to be on camera to do that. Just saying. But
what?
I love the idea from JBL and Ron Simmons from '98 to kick their ass.
Oh my god!
Whoever made that meme and said that these guys would kick these guys, dude, go smoke another joint, please, and pass it, because I want to feel that same buzz. I want to feel that same buzz that you want, because there's no way in bloody earth that JBL and Ron Simmons are losing to the Young Bucks. There's physically no way. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch. I think it was a Raw where APA take on Public Enemy and beat the living snot out of those guys for not wanting to do the finish that they agreed upon.
Yes.
So, and they've openly talked about this. This is something that Farouk and JBL themselves have openly talked about. And Farouk himself goes, and Farouk's probably one of the nicest guys from what I've read about, heard about, talked to people about. He's supposedly one genuine, respectable dude and does not like get his hairs crossed most times. He doesn't get his up in arms about things. But these guys went so far to piss off Farouk that Farouk goes, you know what, we're bludgeoning these two. We're taking them out. And if you could do that to Farouk, the Young Bucks
talked about it. They talked about that on that at Legends with JBL when he had Ron Simmons on there.
Yeah, it's like we all expect it maybe out of JBL, but Farouk, of the people, like the things I've read about that man, genuine. He lets shit go. He's not getting into drama. He's not getting into BS. But as soon as you go, I'm not taking that finish that we agreed upon, and then you want to do some asinine stuff. Farouk's ready to bounce. And that's a guy that I wouldn't want to bounce with unless he's on my team.
It's either he's going to get ready to bounce or he's going to make you bounce. And can I stay here right now as our counter is as far as our viewers coming in for a while? For a good while now, we actually had YouTube in the lead over X. Z.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, we like seeing that. We like seeing our YouTube viewers in here. We like seeing all viewers in play, but X, I think X usually kind of catches up as toward the end of the night, or toward the end of the podcast.
Well, they can be loud and their mom went to bed.
Yeah.
We can't bring you anywhere, can we?
That's why you love me.
That is true. That is true. And that is why I rushed to get myself back together so I could be on this podcast with you guys, because I do thank you guys both for being here with us.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we got some good collaborations going on. And now we're going to merge right into TNA Victory Road with that. And let me just say that I didn't put up any of the pre-show results or whatever, but we're just looking at the main card. But one thing I want to talk about actually real first is we won't talk about what started off, which, by the way, not really I will talk about the opening match though between First Class and the Hardys. One thing that we will say here is that,
okay, stop. Stop. I thought AJ Francis was banned from diving. What was that corner knee flip over the rope?
All right, hold on. He jumped off the top. He flipped over the top, but he did not dive over the top. So he's still banned from diving.
Okay, AJ, you're still cool with us, man. You're still. I like AJ Francis. I like this character. I like this thing. I mean, he did go up against the Hardys, but whatever.
I think he mastered that flip when he had that botch to begin with. So it was like, hey, I think I could just pull this off as a move.
I'm sitting there watching it, and he does that like knee to the corner and then flips over the rope. I'm like, I wasn't expecting it, but why was that kind of cool?
Because I'm banned from diving. That's why.
I'm taking a drink, dude. Don't.
Oh my gosh! But,
a quick question: was Santino's daughter, was she on Impact or was that on NXT?
No, that was on Victory Road.
Victory Road, but she is Miss NXT.
Yeah, she is Miss NXT, and she's the ambassador to NXT at TNA. And bro, that segment, we haven't even got there yet. That segment was so wonderful. She had that embarrassment daughter like look, and I don't think it's been established that they are their family. Like I don't think that was ever established on TV until that night. And she's like, "I told you I want to do this myself." Like, I love it. I love seeing Santino and his daughter. It made me so happy.
She's hot, by the way.
Oh, she's hot, but like, good job, Santino. But to see like one of my favorite comedic like guys get a role that fits him so well, and talk about somebody that like would have been a good manager in WWE or something like that. But he's doing an excellent job as like the GM or whatever he is there at like TNA. But I am absolutely loving his like role there, and still getting people's names wrong. What's he called? PCO? Paco or Puco or so,
Paco.
well, there's a great man that we know as Paco down in the St. Louis area that worked in Glory Pro that is still our dude. But he was calling him something, and I love that he's getting like PCO's name wrong and just other people. It's just,
you, me, Chris, and Rob was the only guy that cheered for him too. Oh, it was great.
There is a Paco in wrestling. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Hey, it rhymes with taco, and it's all right. So,
hey, he could eat a couple of tacos. That kid weighed about $1.05 soaking wet.
He had a killer match with Eddie Kingston once down there. Had an awesome banger down there with him.
I mean, Eddie was ready to stab us, but
yeah. He did.
I mean, he literally looked at all of us. He just said, "You." That was great.
So I guess what we can do is we can actually just kind of move along because we're almost at the point where I'm going to talk about. But let's talk about that X Division title match. That was about at least over 20 minutes between Zachary Wentz and Speedball Mike Bailey. I mean, holy cow, man! These guys
talk about two guys that mix well.
Oh my gosh!
Like, that match had you on your toes the entire time. Like, all I want to say is, Mike Bailey, put some freaking shoes on, man. That bothers the crap out of me. I don't know why. Something about wearing kick pads with no boots.
Hey, you gonna talk to Kevin Von Erich like that? I mean, come on. I mean,
maybe the man's favorite cartoon was the Flintstones. Leave him alone.
Yeah. Well, you gonna tell it to Umaga?
No. My thing is like, if you're gonna be barefoot, don't wear kick pads. Like, just go barefoot.
That is a good point. The kick pads do throw it off.
Yeah, it just looks funky. Like, if you're gonna just go barefoot, like.
My question on this match is like, the match was amazing all the way through, and they had great chemistry in the ring and told a great story. I'm questioning why we put the belt on Zach. Almost 3 weeks ago. Yeah. And then
take it off.
And then take it off him because like he was doing such a great job, and to see him to finally breaking out and having this one thing over Wesley, I think if they would have done it better, Wesley would have won it from Zach Wentz. That's how it should have been done. It should have been that feud continuing, and then Wesley would have taken it from Zach Wentz.
He only had 2 weeks. He only had 2 weeks. Emergence was August 30th.
He was here in Louisville.
And then 2 weeks later, on September 13th, he loses it right back. So
and there was a missed opportunity with no Wesley. Like Wesley,
there's so many things that they. I mean, it is nice that we're seeing the WWE and NXT, not WWE, NXT and TNA, even though the partnerships there, they are still doing very well. Of
their own shows.
Two brands, right? Two different things.
Right, of course.
I'm ready for this little thing to get kind of ramped up and give us more to it. I mean, if it's a slow burn, it's a slow burn.
War games.
No.
TNA's not got enough star power to compete like that.
I legitimately now want to go CM Punk on you, and this is why you don't get a Hell in a Cell match. Like, and if you don't know what I'm talking, go back and watch his press conference, like 3-4 pay-per-views ago, when he was still hurt. That shit was hilarious because he literally called that reporter a mark, basically. And this is why you don't book the show. So there's just more I think they could tell. And like I said, I'm not part of it. I don't know. So I'm just looking at it from the outside looking in. And I would go full bore on this. I would really put my cards in TNA NXT right now because they, in my opinion, and Ruby can almost agree with me, and you said it too, Dustin. I told you to go back and watch it, and you're like, holy crap, that was a solid pay-per-view, because it was. Victory Road legitimately was a solid PLE from start to finish.
It was.
So, in my opinion right now, NXT and TNA are the current leaders in product right now, in my opinion. That's not saying what WWE and the main roster is doing isn't bad. That's not taking away anything that AEW is attempting to accomplish with their stuff. But they are legitimately the ones that are, in some sense, carrying the main promotions into the future as of right now, because that group of individuals, both rosters, are super hungry young talent. And you can tell, you can see it. And there's even veterans within them, that mix, that are still very hungry. That Nick Nemeth, like, this is the best version of Dolph Ziggler we've ever seen.
He's won 3 titles in 3 different promotions just within this year.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
the
dude's on fire. And then, like, also, I believe this is like the 4th or 5th consecutive pay-per-view sellout for TNA.
Yeah,
the 4th.
Yeah.
Like,
That-
holy crap.
That arena looked beautiful.
Oh,
To think TNA, a company, 8 years ago, was legitimately dying. And I'm sorry, once again, there, Austin, I'm going to say it. A broken one carried that company to a new limelight and kept it alive during an era of its existence that was a mockery and a joke to all those professional wrestlers in the locker. And it wasn't even their fault. It was bad management. It was bad TV deals, all that kind of stuff.
Well, you said it was
That's
that
all it
bad. You just said locker, so they were all sharing a locker. That's how broke they were.
No,
They were
it's
sharing
not,
one
you
locker.
idiot. You idiot.
It reminds me of, like,
Bork.
when you say that, it takes me back to when they had it to where Impact was like a reality show where they would show you what happens at the end of the show at the beginning of the show.
Right, yeah. It was ridiculous. The things that they were doing then were bad.
Like the episode when Bully Ray put Dixie Carter through the table. Like, they literally showed you that at the beginning of the show.
And it ended up being the end of the show.
Yeah, because it was a reality show. It wasn't sports entertainment.
Yeah, it was weird. It was just a different form, but to see its rebirth and everything that all those people, Moose included, there's several guys in that group that really put in the effort to make it TNA again. It went from Impact with a stupid owl as its mascot thing back to TNA, total nonstop action, what it was supposed to be, what it originally was, and it's good. It's enjoyable. Like, I'm over here a Moose stand now, and I thought that guy was a goof at one time.
That's how I am with Josh Alexander.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, shut your mouth.
Yeah, kick. No, you can never say that about the walking weapon.
Hey, here's Kurt Angle from Wish, all right? Calm down.
Oh, my God, no. Oh, my God. Yeah, oh, my God. I need to get a hold of Josh and be like, dude, I got some of you got to beat up.
Joe Hendry was right about him.
Wow. Kurt Angle from that's. I mean, you could at least go on Temu. I mean, come on, man. I mean, just.
No, that's Chad Gable.
Oh, damn.
Who the fuck are you?
You know what, Ruby Zach? I think this man's going to have a 7-day trial. And it's going to be over with by next time. So he's coming back.
No. Dustin's one of the good ones from We Talk Wrestling, man. He's one of the great fans down there, and I'm glad I out of the blue, I was like, you know what? I'm going to reach out to Dustin to see if he wants to come on, because this man, what was it, 2 years ago now? We went.
It was the first Royal Rumble after COVID. So
yeah, it was the first Royal Rumble after COVID. He texted me one night out of the blue. Like, we just met on the We Talk Wrestling, like, had 4 or 5 good conversations, and he's like, what are you doing January, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't effing know. It's like 4 months away, bro. And he's like, well, you're going to the Rumble with me. So I look at Amy, I'm like, some guy on We Talk Wrestling just asked me to go to the Rumble with him.
That was my first ever
She's like,
First ever live event ever.
what are you talking about? I'm like, somebody just bought me a wrestling ticket and wants me to go watch wrestling with them. And she's like, so you're going to do it? I'm like, you damn straight I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
100% I'm going to go do it. And then we meet The Miz. We had a great toy hunt and then had a great time there. And then we went, and I got to meet Damian Priest because of this man.
We got to watch the WrestleMania sign catch on fire.
We did. We did.
So, one of my friends was sitting directly under that thing too.
It was during the Piper Niven match, and no one was paying attention to the match. Everybody was watching the sign get slowly brought down and put out with the fire extinguisher. Like, no one cared about the match.
Correction, it was a dewdrop match, and there's definitely a difference between that and Niven. So,
and Zach, I want to apologize that I took you to the worst Royal Rumble that has ever existed.
So I've been to 2 Royal Rumbles now. Both of them were not very spectacle, but the first Royal Rumble, I got to go with my wife. I met Ted DiBiase Jr. at the Posse Party, which was cool. And one of my favorite professional wrestlers that I never have gotten to see in the ring returned, and that was Karma or Awesome Kong. So I had a great time with you. It was worth it. And the other one, I got to see one of my favorite female wrestlers of all time. So
yeah, we got up at 4 a.m. to go meet The Miz.
Yeah, it was pretty damn early.
Damn.
We were like right there at the front of the line.
It was a good time. And I was the only one, by the way, that I saw with a Miz shirt on. Everybody else were not like legit fans. This guy.
Well, most fans suck. So, yeah.
This guy.
What?
Man, they just...
Rain shirt.
Dude, I was so pissed because they just had a Kane and Arn Anderson here where I live this weekend.
That would be dope. Okay, can we get back to talking about Victory Road?
Yeah, Victory Road. Yeah.
The women's tag team titles was awesome.
Yeah. What about Alicia Edwards, of course, finding a substitute in Tasha Steelz,
right,
to go along with Masha Slamovich to go against Spitfire, and of course, if Spitfire loses, then they disband, and Spitfire surprisingly comes away with the win. But what happened after the match is what I was surprised with.
Yes. Alicia goes, at least I picked the right person to go with, and then they attacked the other I don't know these women yet in TNA very well. So,
yeah,
not gonna lie.
Got jumped and apparently booted out of the system. They were part of the system, right?
See, yes and no. I think that the females were like a tag team, but Ashley's the only one that's actually in the system, if not mistaken.
Yeah, just the one is. The other one,
just Ashley was in the system.
Okay.
But now you got to trust the system, and they did. So Steel's with them, I'm pretty sure now. I kind of hope so. I kind of want to see where that goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Tasha Steelz fan, so
am I. But it was really enjoyable to see that match. It was fun. It put a lot of light on the ladies. So I'm pretty happy that I sat through it. It was a good match.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, all of this. I mean, such good. I mean, you got to watch Impact on Thursday to see.
Yeah, you're missing out if you're not watching TNA.
You definitely gotta watch the fallout from Victory.
Sorry, not sorry. Like you literally are.
But let's talk about my favorite match of the whole entire pay-per-view with the man I believe in, Joe Hendry. And then there's Josh Alexander. To me, this match, man, entertaining from start to finish. Man. And especially the ending, I about freaking lost it.
Dude, what's his name? Matthews, right? Aiding English.
Oh yeah,
when he's like, did he just pull a cup out of his pants?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
the low and it had his face on it.
Yeah. And the funny part.
And then the other dude's like, protect yourself at every cost.
That needs to be on sale. I guarantee they put his cup on sale, his face on. That thing will sell.
Shit, I'd buy one.
The crazy thing and the good thing about it is you do hear a lot of rumble about Joe Hendry being just a flash in the pan wrestler. Like he's nothing to him. And Josh Alexander pointed it out too. You're not a real wrestler. You're not there to wrestle. And Josh Alexander is that. He's a wrestler. What he does in the ring is more professional wrestling. What Joe Hendry's doing is more sports entertainment. And we're seeing that collision here in TNA with these two types of wrestlers, which is beautiful. And they told an excellent story. And Joe Hendry doing his thing and pandering to the crowd while Josh Alexander's working this and working that and taking it to the mat. They told an excellent story with the whole professional wrestling, sports entertainment like aspect. And that's one of the things that I got out of it and really enjoyed is the merging of like the two worlds. Because Ruby and I've talked about how there is a difference between sports entertainment and professional wrestling. And it's just fun to see wrestlers kind of lean into that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is though, Hulk Hogan was not the greatest professional wrestler of all time.
But he was a great sports entertainer.
But Joe Hendry has a lot to offer other than just being. And Joe Hendry's not a flash in the pan, guys. I got news for you. He's just been over in England or Europe doing a lot of his stuff, and he's just now coming over to the States. Now that
they said the same thing about LA Knight.
You know,
who?
They said the same thing about LA Knight.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
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 It's true. That's another guy that was written off a long time ago by fans and wrestlers in the back, and it's been proving everybody wrong. So we're seeing another one. Joe Hendry's doing the same thing. He's proving people wrong. There's a lot of people out there. You go digging on the internet. There's a lot of people that don't like Joe Hendry.
Well,
I don't get it because I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah. We've got a place for hate. We got a lot of room for congratulate. So
yeah, like he's every show that he's on, he's entertaining. Every show you get on, he does something a little bit different. He tweaks himself just a little bit more. And I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says. I still absolutely love his clothesline. Not clothesline, chokeslam. Like he doesn't go all the way up with it, so it's not like a big show, not a cane or anything like that. It's like this half, and then like almost like a Uranagi chokeslam, and it's beautiful. And I just absolutely, I don't know why. It's simple, and effective.
But he did take it home though with an ankle lock.
He did take it home with an ankle lock. He picked that ankle pretty hard.
Yep, and So Josh Alexander was trying to get out of it too, and he countered. He didn't get out of it. So.
You know how I said that last week that he was just a creative wrestler. From does he have that like moveset where he just uses everybody else's finishers? Because this is like the third time that he's used somebody else's finisher in a match.
Oh, Joe?
Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, because that's one of Josh Alexander's like signatures and finishers the ankle lock.
I don't know.
And then
unless he's trying to beat him at his own game and make him beat Crow.
And then Ethan Page, the match with him and Ethan Page at No Mercy, he tried to use the ego bomb.
Right. He has move theft. He has move theft.
Yeah. Like he has that thief moveset. I'm telling you, he's a creative wrestler, and I'm all for it.
But but the great thing about it is like you don't notice it until he's done it already in several matches. Like,
oh yeah, he's fluid. He's fluid. I still don't understand how people. Michael Vaughn, you're my number one enemy when it comes to this. I don't understand how you can't like Joe Hendry.
My wife doesn't like him either.
Your wife doesn't know anything. She just became a fan of wrestling.
About 2 years ago, yeah.
Goodness gracious. Well, moving on to the tag title with the System going against ABC, and
ABC.
Yeah. 2, 3. So it looks like the System trying to get everything back, and they Chris Bay took the fall on that one, and the System regained the World Tag Team titles back.
So they lost straps and then regained straps.
Yes.
Yep.
That's another really good match.
Zachary Wentz, right?
Huh?
Same amount of time as Zachary Wentz.
Yeah, it's like
no, Chris Bay's haven't they had the titles for a lot longer than that?
I don't know.
I thought they lost. Didn't they lose it all the same night that like Moose lost to Nemeth and stuff? It was all one night. They lost all the titles in one night.
Nick's never beat Moose.
If that's the case, then when the Nemeth win the title then? Because Moose had the title and he lost it in that 6-man elimination.
Yeah, that was the night the system all lost their titles.
I think Dustin's right. Actually, it was the night they all. So it's been like
about a couple months at least.
Yeah, it's been
that would have been
3 PLEs, bro.
Slammiversary was
it was Slammiversary. It happened.
Yeah, so
you had me all fudged up.
Yeah, so it's about close to 3 months that they had the tag titles. So Myers and Eddie Edwards won them back, and then building from that, I guess is it the Hardys now that's probably going to go after the system for the tag titles now?
I would see this. Yeah, I would see as the Hardys because the Hardys have the feud with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
Jeff Hardy knows all about the system.
That is so bad. That's our. Oh man, truth hurts. Wow.
Hey, look! You know I got to throw at least my one good punchline for the evening at once. Still early, but
It's interesting though how will they get the TNA tag titles, and then also they've expressed the Hardys expressed wanting to finish their career in WWE. So we're just waiting for that next or last move that's going to happen, and then we'll see. But
I didn't get to watch Victory Road because, like I said, I've been crazy. Like, what was JBL there?
No, JBL did not come out, but he did. We can get on that here in a minute because I just literally watched MLW today.
That's what it was. MLW. Okay, my bad.
Huh?
Now, wait a minute, though. We will talk about the main event, though, Victory Road. Of course, the one-man Nick Nemeth against Moose. And
we didn't get the
did come out. He did come out to because the system was trying to get involved, and he came out and he closed it from hell.
Really? I must have missed that then. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch that.
End. He did come out.
So you're right. You're right, Skyler. Austin. Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, so he did, and like I said, I really didn't think Moose was gonna.
JBL is side questing, dude.
Yeah,
he is currently that wrestler that like you put down the video game, and 3 years later you come back to the video game just to play all the side quests to get the trophies. That's what JBL is doing right now in professional wrestling.
His deal has got to be sweet. Even being a WWE legend was like
he's under Legends contract,
and he's still doing all this stuff,
and he's showing up,
and he's scouting is what he's doing.
Yeah, he said he was.
That's what he said. He is scouting. Man, I hope it's a setup for something. JBL as a flipping manager. Think about this. Think about this with this whole thing, okay? Because now he's done it with Brock Anderson in MLW. Okay, this past what was last night? They had Frontline or whatever the show was called. The show was called.
Yeah,
awesome stuff. If you guys aren't watching MLW, there's another one you need to keep your eyes out on for because them guys are coming up hot and fast and nipping at people's toes. But so during the match, JBL comes out and just rocks dude, and then walks right over to Brock Anderson, leans in, and just whispers, walks right out, and that's it. What if JB? He's went on podcast now and said all he's doing or something and said that he was scouting. He is scouting and WWE is allowing him to scout wrestlers. That was the word. What if that man, because there is so much knowledge in JBL, so much worth in JBL as a on-screen character still. And if you don't agree with that, you're an idiot because JBL is easily one of the best things that happened to professional wrestling. When they did the draft the first time, they split the brands for the first time. JBL went over here and got recreated as JBL, and it was no longer Bradshaw. He had that amazing feud with Eddie Guerrero that like solidified him as the top tier bad guy. Like that, nobody was getting that much heat in that style of era of professional wrestling. If that man comes to WWE or anywhere else with a group of dudes, Nick Nemeth, Brock Anderson, I can't even remember all the guys that he's talked to now, but it's like three or four guys. It's a dude from OVW, MLW, GCW, TNA are the four, if I'm not mistaken. He showed up on now. I think there's another one because it was Alberto Del Rio in CMLL. So there's the five. If he shows up on WWE TV with a group of like a faction, holy shit! Think about that.
Like threw me off because aren't they partnered with AEW?
No, I don't know. Maybe
who?
CMLL.
CMLL does have affiliates with AEW, but what if he shows up on TV like the indie group? Dude, there's so much meat there that I would love to like see what happens. Because
the
JBL
wrestling god needs to get the indie god.
JBL is one of my all-time favorites, and he would make a great manager. So,
yeah, you get the wrestling god. Now he needs to recruit the indie god.
And Moose versus Nick Nemeth. Holy cow! Holy cow! You said Joe Hendry and Josh Alexander was your favorite match.
Yeah.
This was mine. Like, this was a main event. It felt main event. It gave us a main event match. Everything about that match was just straight main event. Mr. Herb Simmons talks all the time about how they build their shows that every card is a main event, right? Every match on the card is a main event. That could have been the way with Victory Road, but Nick Nemeth and Moose proved that they were the main event.
Yeah.
They took that name and carried it hard and strong and were like, no, you guys aren't getting the credit, because that's how I felt by the end of that match. I must have walked out when JBL came out. I'm kind of pissed about that now.
Yeah, because the ref was going to disqualify because of the system's interference.
I remember that. Nick says no, don't do it, waves it off, and then that's why
came out like right after that.
I don't know what I was doing. I got 4 kids. That's all I can say.
Four kids and happy trees. So
4 kids and happy trees. That should be a shirt right there. I need that a shirt. Zmiz, 4 kids and happy trees.
Yeah, 4 kids and happy trees.
I'll say. So you put, I got 4 kids, and they put "and" on your stomach, and then on the back is happy trees.
There you go.
What about we skipped right over the Juggernaut, Jordan Grace.
Oh, we sure did. Yeah. And Wendy Chu, which was the old lady grabbing the pillow from Wendy Chu, cracked me the F up. Did you catch that? That was Jordan Grace's grandmother.
I did not know that. I did not hear that. All I saw was an old lady grab a pillow. For one, it's a damn pillow. Wow. That thing better be a leaded pillow to do any damage. And 2, Grandma's like, no pillow fight here, chick. Just takes it. I was dying.
I remember I was having my, like, with the pillow, I was watching NXT, and my wife saw it, and she goes, really? They're doing pillows now? And then they pulled out the women's title. And I was like, huh? You want to talk crap about a pillow again? Yeah.
I always jump to conclusions.
As much as I don't want to like Wendy Chu,
it's hard not
something about her makes me just go, let's go. I'm for whatever this is right now. that is crazy.
Don't worry, We Want Tables is going to get swapped out with We Want Pillows soon.
And then Rosemary's hanging out with her. So you got one of my favorite women to never be on a large main roster showing besides TNA. I think TNA has been the cap that she's held for the most part of her career. But to see her getting that nod and that rub so other like mainstream fans can see who she is and what she was about makes me giddy as heck. If we could just bring back Crazy Steve now and have Crazy Steve, Rosemary, and then give me give me a Joseph Parks cameo where those two are Crazy Steve, Wendy Chu, and Rosemary are wreaking havoc on NXT, and Joseph Park puts on the Abyss mask to tell them to calm down. This would be the first time I would ever be happy to see Abyss come, because when what's their faction? What was their faction called? Why did it just leave my head?
You mean the one in TNA?
Yeah, TNA. It was Abyss, Rosemary, Crazy Steve, and I can't remember the fourth person.
Oh my
was.
gosh! No, I don't know.
Oh my! Where is Clint when I need him? Because Clint would literally know right now, because it's one of his favorite things.
Wow.
Whatever. But I would just like that because it's like one more nod to like what TNA used to be, kind of thing.
Are we trying to get away from that though?
No.
Well,
really? Are they trying to get away from old TNA? They literally renamed it TNA again. They brought back.
Just saying, you don't want to go back to Dixie Carter way.
No. See, here's the thing. Anthem did the best thing, announcing that they're going back to TNA wrestling from Impact starting this year. And ever since they made this name change, it's been nothing but up and up and up and up and up ever since they made the name change back. Impact didn't really get over as much, because why would you want to change the name of of your company to your favorite brand show? It just never got. I just never got over with Impact Wrestling, and I'm a big particular when it comes to belt designs. Their belt designs for Impact, like the Expedition with this
garbage,
with this long parallelogram hexagon looking ugly piece of garbage. I mean, it was, some of the belts were just god awful, and didn't like them. But in fact, even Global Force had better looking belts than they did. But that's
another beautiful belts now. They're beautiful titles now.
Yeah, Global Force actually was
Global Force or TNA.
It's too bad now.
TNA's titles right now are legitimately the best in the building.
Yes,
or business. They are hands down. No company. I do like the MLW heavyweight title still.
That's okay, massive. But overall,
but it is almost too big.
Yeah, that thing takes up Jacob Fatu.
It did. It was huge, but TNA's titles across the board, gorgeous belts. We lost Dustin again. That's all right.
We lost Dustin again. What's up with the Gremlins coming back? Come on. Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry, Dustin keeps you keep
running on the fly.
Yeah, you need to get them tech Gremlins out there, Dustin. So,
legitimately, like no lie. If you're not watching TNA, if you're not taking time out for TNA, you are legitimately missing out. You are missing out on professional wrestling.
I don't think there's a day of the week that the wrestling's not on and I'm not watching it.
Oh, yes.
Except for Fridays. Fridays is kind of tricky because I watch SmackDown over Rampage.
Well, I watch Rampage and Collision the same day, so I'll wait until Sunday to watch those two together.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I did what I could. I watched as much as AEW I could, but like I said, it's 5 hours. I did skip through some of it because it's like, oh gosh, Dynamite had way too many promos this week. It's like, you get a promo, and
all except wrestling.
Hey, you know what? Real quick, let's take a step back to AEW before we get ready to go on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Did you see that Camille had the highest rated YouTube clip of Rampage?
Did she? Oh man, I'm telling you, she is one that needs to break away from her Mercedes Moné. She does not need to be her freaking bodyguard. She's way talented. They're not using her right. Surprise there for AEW. Just get her on her own, because Camille can kick ass up and down the women's division.
Yeah, if you would have brought her out of the gate destroying chicks, she would have got over way quicker than you think. Camille is a straight BA badass, and putting her with somebody was the most goofy thing to do.
They did not do that.
I vote Mercedes Moné retires, but that's just me.
I vote Mercedes Moné to start dropping fries at McDonald's. I don't
There
care.
you go.
I'd be cool if she goes back to acting. She does really good in Star Wars. She really did.
Well, she had a mask on, so you know.
No, she didn't.
She had the helmet on.
Watch it again, fool.
She had a helmet on half the time, so kiss my ass.
Well,
it was her best look.
Hey, Drew McIntyre's about to show her up in the Killing Game.
Aren't you a Sasha Banks fan? Don't lie.
I don't know.
I mean, she worked real good at a weave store.
Liv Morgan.
Quit it. Quit it. God dang it, Cage. You are our heel guest all the time. Like, you are just bad guy 24. You
Look, I mean, what else would I do? Being a babyface sucks.
Hey, she can put on different outfits. She can do those funny dances on Fortnite.
No,
you know?
no. She is a Fortnite character. That's what she is, actually. Now you say that. Holy cow.
She's out here.
I mean, she's set for,
she's out here.
I mean, she's set for Halloween every day.
Yeah, she's not one of my faves, but
she's out here.
We don't like to promote knocking people here. Just
I do.
Camille is much, much better.
Oh, not in the same category.
I wish they'd do more with.
She's an AliExpress Kurt Angle. What do you mean?
Who?
Camille. What are you talking about?
Quit with this wagon of who is Kurt Angle.
Where are you saying this up from, man? Bro,
dude,
what are you vaping off of?
If this does become like an actual thing on We Talk Wrestling, we'll be disappointed in you. But no, the one person in AEW before we move on again that I really Red Velvet. I do some more stuff with Red Velvet. Why is Red Velvet not? Don't effing roll your eyes at me with Red Velvet.
Oh, that cake is so good.
Velvet Blaues.
So good. I can't take it over to the goal.
I feel like I need to start saying some things about Dustin and start sipping like this, like Kermit, you know.
But what did Zeke say last week? That you were the Taz. I digress.
We're going to keep that picture buried this week. And then,
I'm not going to show it, but it was still funny. I digress.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Anyway, moving on. If we think we're being goofy now, we're going to get even goofier because it is time once again for this week's Wrestling's Gold Memes, everybody. That's right. It's time for Wrestling's Gold Memes. And of course, some of our memes here are you mentioned Zeke. Gave us at least this first one that we're going to display this week. Of course, we're having a little bit of a twist for our wrestling fans for a new movie that's out. That's right. Some of your favorite WWE superstars are now starring in, you guessed it, Yeetle Loose.
So goofy. Skylar would be the
Oh, the hell I wouldn't.
Austin be the one to be like, oh man, what? Why?
Check, please.
What do you not like about I can't Yeetle Loose.
Hey, if Rhea Ripley's playing the love interest, I'm totally watching it. Rhea.
Facts.
Rhea and Jay.
That's not very oozy.
I'm sorry. This anytime with like Rhea or Jay being out there, commentary is not the same without Pat McAfee. This new guy sucks. I could not stand it.
He's not terrible. I enjoyed him this week. The first week
he was better in the first week. I'll give him that. But
no, yeah, I have high hopes for him. I think he's gonna once he gets his feeding, he's gonna be a great commentator. He does a good job because he was getting more in the playful role. I think they're gonna work him that way. So give him some time. But no, and Wade Barrett, he's with a really good guy to learn from.
We also think he's the play-by-play. Like Wade Barrett's the color commentator, so he's doing a great job as the play-by-play right now.
But yeah, there is something missing with Pat just not yeeting on himself. Or Michael Cole. I was really getting into Michael Cole finally, or
Right.
Good job bringing this up. But Michael Cole at the last pay-per-view, him and Corey worked, or him and Wade did it?
Yes, Corey.
And he's like, you can't yeet. Michael Cole's over here telling Corey Graves that he couldn't yeet correctly. And Michael Cole's just like over here, the old dude trying to be cool. Love Michael Cole. We were all sleeping on Michael Cole when Vince McMahon knew something. I'm saying that right now. We shitted on that man for so many years because we had to sit through the coal miner. But Michael Cole is the GOAT right now.
Hey, that man is almost as good, almost not there, but almost as good as Kurt Angle with that ankle lock.
Oh, shut the fuck.
No, you have to be bringing my soundboard back up with all these freaking.
Zach start a quarter jar every time this man starts saying Kurt Angle.
Oh my god, man! What?
I really wish there was a Kurt Angle meme now in this thing.
Yeah,
there is.
I hate to disappoint you. It's not going to happen though. But yeah, let's look at our next one here. So we haven't had your coffee yet, and your coworker starts hitting you with a bunch of conspiracy theories.
Hey, look,
there you go, just like that, Austin.
No, you don't know. You know what the hell this reminds me of? You, Zach and Dave, you guys probably seen my tweet on it, or not my tweet, but my Facebook post when I said I can't even get it through work for 15 minutes. These jackasses are talking about politics.
Right.
After that shit the other day, I was just sitting. I was like, "Oh my god, why do I got to work with a bunch of damn rednecks?"
See, he's got that post out good. You had it just right. Hand over face.
Is this? Do you think this is how Randy feels every time that Tommaso Ciampa tries to RKO him?
Yeah.
Stupid.
I love that stuff.
Or how he's eventually had to end up working the bloodline and work with Tangaloa. So,
or are you going to Planet Randy's bus?
Oh my god, Ricky did.
RVD and Ricky did.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, if you're not watching Randy and realizing that he learned so much more from Matt Riddle than everybody thinks, that man is legitimately becoming loose as crap in his promos, and you're starting to see like him have fun. He was so stiff in his promos for so long, like it was just Randy Orton, you know.
Yeah.
He's like doing the little goat. Loving it. He's like, I know all about the other planets. Kevin said that RBD was on another planet.
The way he's reacting with the crowd and everything is great.
I love like they found babyface Randy.
When he was trying to do the wave.
Yeah, they have unlocked Randy's babyface potential. It's awesome.
20 years later.
Ruby, am I wrong?
No.
Randy's at a whole nother level right now in like his character when it comes to like how goofy he is. He's always been such a serious wrestler, and now you're seeing him with like Kevin, and you know Kevin don't. Kevin's Kevin.
I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah, Kevin's just Kevin. Like you can't even. He did Ricky wrong by stunning him out of excitement.
Oh, that was great. Ricky needs to take a shave.
That's funny.
Like Peter, like when Peter had Meg do that. Woo.
Dude, I absolutely love Randy Orton right now. So this is perfect, Randy.
Get ready for our next one here. That one magical day in the kingdom where Mickey turned heel.
It would have been better. Wasn't it Brock Lesnar that said "fuck them kids"? To
I don't give a damn about your kids.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about your kids. To Heath Slater.
Also, the man that F5 to do with one leg.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar's our Lord and Savior.
Poor Zach Gowen.
He ain't got no legs.
He never had a leg up in the competition.
Our Lord and Savior Brock Lesnar. This is funny.
His finisher was the leg drop.
I see it as Mickey. That Mickey was probably the judge told me he has to have a job where he's going to go back to jail, but he never said he had to be nice to the kids.
I want to know what set this photo up, actually. Like, was the kid running? Mickey tried to stop him? what was the issue here?
Disneyland, Germany.
Get your shit and get out.
The kid's yelling, "I have COVID."
Probably kid just wanted to run up and give a hug, and Mickey just wasn't feeling it that day. Like, nope.
No, the kid
I had my
up-
coffee.
No, I know exactly what it is. That's his last day on the job, so he said, "Fuck them kids."
No, the kid ran up to him and said, "Hey, you're that guy from Fortnite." Booted him. Goodbye.
No, I know what he said. He said, "Daddy."
Oh, no.
I mean, that kid does got some big ass ears.
Oh my. Next one. Oh yeah, here we go. You may be cool,
Okay.
but you'll never be Macho Man Randy Savage laying on top of Hulk Hogan's Corvette. Cool.
Is this how the feud all started?
Yeah.
It wasn't about Miss Elizabeth after all. You sat on a Corvette.
Oh, I know what happened. Macho Man wanted to buy that car, and Hogan bought it before it.
We'll put an acid plant in your hood.
Whose ass is this, brother?
What's up, Alan?
Are
Are you as cool as Macho Man sitting on Hogan's car?
This ain't Hulk's car. This is the Mega Powers car. Oh shoot! Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Hey, you're Dusty. Your wife might relate to this one. Might. Out of touch wrestling fan watching first WWE event in 2024. Where's your belt at? Talking about Roman.
Oh no!
That's really funny because he was champion for like 4 years.
Yeah, she started watching 2 years into his title reign, and at first it was, is he ever going to lose this? And then every time he's there, she's like,
She's a oner?
Yeah, I'm like, stop it. Stop it. Put it
Nah.
down.
Roman has hit God tier wrestler. Like he's there. He is.
Not
We're gonna be
Kurt Angle, but
he's in the Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rock, Ric Flair, John Cena conversation.
I didn't hear you say Kurt Angle.
Well, it's because Kurt Angle's not in that conversation. He's actually like a tier below.
Oh man.
All right, listen here, you Hardy lover.
Oh, shut up.
Look, we already talked about them once. They're forbidden from the rest of the show.
Yeah, there you go.
The second Zach hits the end button, he's sitting there.
There is a meme of me somewhere out there with my hand raised high that AJ Roberts made that says that I do like a certain professional wrestler. It is a false statement. You heard it here now. It is a false statement. That was rigged. It was made by AJ Roberts, one of my admins of We Talk Wrestling. What?
See, Ruby, you know how like when the fans start cussing, the Raw starts bleeping out stuff? Yeah, you don't need a bleep button out of that. Every time after we've already talked about the Hardys once, you need that bleep button.
Actually, Ruby, can we please make that a thing? Anytime anyone of our guests, anything, I don't care if they're it gets bleeped out. That's so funny. You get one chance.
Hardy.
Yeah.
We need a Hardy's meter on how many times we make fun of the Hardys.
We're gonna start making this a drinking game. You start cussing.
Yes, a false count over a drinking game. If we make fun of Mercedes Moné, you take a drink. If we make fun of
Nia
Jeff
Jax.
Hardy. No, wait. Shut up, man. Don't be knocking Nia Jax anymore.
Oh, that's going to happen till the day I die.
Oh, my. Let's keep moving because I'm ready to fight this guy about Nia Jax tonight.
Oh.
Look, you've already fought yourself. You already threw up, so shut up.
I'm feeling good now, buddy. I got some more rounds in me.
There you go.
So do I.
All right, so our last meme is more of a injury collaborate recap. So first, we're going to start with Big E. He was nearly paralyzed. He's not mad at Rich Holland. Stuff happens, right?
I already know where this is.
Oh no!
And then nearly paralyzed with Tyson Kidd. He's not angry at Samoa Joe. He's getting around okay, right? Let's see who else we got. Oh yeah, well, Draws. He was paralyzed, but he's not angry. He's not angry at D'Lo Brown, right?
No.
No, but
the meme that keeps on giving.
Thank you, Gunther.
I'm sorry. Like, I remember being a Bret Hart fan as a kid, and then I got out of Bret Hart, and then just he was irritating. But now because of all this, I'm becoming a fan of Bret Hart.
You were in Bret Hart?
No.
Thank you. I'm glad you said that.
I know. Stop it. Just like you guys right now.
Beep.
But no, and Ruby, you're wrong. You're wrong. Showing a fig collector, the Bret Hart Goldberg combo. Is that a real thing? Because I didn't look into it. That's a real thing.
It is.
Yeah,
beautiful.
It is.
Beautiful. Like it. I need that pack. 100%. Need to find that one.
That pack came out in I think 2017.
I bet it's expensive as hell.
Oh yeah.
But I want that pack.
Probably only three of them were made. That's why.
Brett starts seeing them being made. Is
what is your dislike for Brett?
Who's?
You really want me to answer that question?
Well, yeah.
He's from Canada.
No. Canada's fine. Edge is from Canada, so we're fine. No.
Yeah, we always stand for the Edge allegiance.
Yeah. Dude, that dude is probably complaining about more things than a female on her period. Every time he can't go to a damn interview without finding something to bitch about. Every time. He just looks like he's got... Oh, I can't say that. I'm going to hell if I say what I want to say.
He's definitely a Karen.
But, he is a Karen. He's like the male version of Karen. So we call him Kevin. But that dude will just not shut the hell up. He can't be happy about anything. He looks like he's depressed when he wakes up. It's always everybody else's fault. It's never Brett's fault. I always stood by the same thing.
What if he's just keeping the gimmick alive that Vince started for him? Everybody screwed Brett. Brett screwed Brett.
I mean, I'm willing to think how every time a song plays on the damn radio, the group gets the money. That's what it is.
Yeah, right.
I literally I don't care. You talk about my top 5 people I can't stand. Look, Bret Hart can wrestle. Normally when I can't stand somebody because they can't wrestle. Bret Hart can wrestle, one of the greatest of all time. But that dude is a bitch to me. That's all there's to it. That's my last.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he, as we get older, sometimes some of us do get a little bit bitter though, and I can just hear the promo now. You know what? I went to Denny's the other night and I paid full price for my meal. I didn't get my 15% AARP discount. I'm tired of being screwed by Denny's.
I love it.
They didn't give me my 40. They didn't give me my 40-cent coffee. They charged me 60.
I love Brett.
I'm tired of being screwed by Tim Hortons.
Brett cracks me up.
Oh shoot!
And he was another guy that sucked at promos. He wasn't good.
Yeah, Brett's not a promo guy in my opinion.
Why no? Well, I don't know why they're giving him a mic, but
I hate subtitles, but I'd rather watch subtitles when he speaks.
Oh, maybe he's French Canadian. Who knows? But
Hey,
Wee.
oh well, that was this week's gold memes here. Hopefully, you all got a nice little.
and I hope I pissed off you Brett fans too. Screw you guys.
As we're going, we're putting in our results for Raw down for the matches. We can talk about the promo with Gunter and Sammy, and of course Brett. That was
awesome.
That was good.
Gunther took promos to a whole nother level, and he didn't even really he didn't even do anything different than anybody else. Really, it's just one statement that everybody like this whole this. Okay, time out. When I said that earlier, I started this show off that the reason Joe Hendry works, the reason that Chris Jericho has stayed in professional wrestling for so long, is these guys can read the fans. They read the crowd. They understand what's going on because they know they're the memes of wrestling. Like they want to do that. They want to become a meme to wrestling in some form and fashion. And that's not a negative statement. But the fact that Bret Hart has become a meme to wrestling in some ways, because we're all over here like, "Fuck Goldberg always," I do it all the time with any conversation. That's like somebody can be in a, and I'm just done with the conversation, and I'm just like, F Goldberg. just to get out of the conversation. But Gunther, to know that he would get a reaction like he did by saying, and my favorite professional wrestler is Bill Goldberg. And the smirk on Brett's face made it even better, bro.
No, when he said, "Brett, you're my second favorite wrestler," Brett smiled about it. Then he says, "But my number one, Bill Goldberg."
I think Brett knew where it was going. He knew where it was going.
He knew exactly. Like either they talked about it, maybe, but the fan of me doesn't even want to think about that. The fan of me goes, "These guys didn't think about it," and Brett goes, "This motherfucker just got one over on me." He knew it was coming, bro.
But I didn't know he was going to go that far. But that's the funny thing about it is that he went there, and then of course Tammy had to come out and be like, "How dare you talk to him,
dude?" It set Sammy up to be such a bigger like good guy into this thing because everybody's like, why are we doing this again? We've already seen it. Sammy won. Blah blah blah. Like that's the whole story is that Gunther isn't going to face Sammy because he doesn't need to, doesn't have a reason to, blah, blah, blah. He's avoiding him, and Sammy's like, "No, you..." And then he comes out and says, "Calgary's own." Come on, people. That was storytelling to the greatest. It was so... The levels on that story, that's understanding what the fans are asking for and wanting, and that's why Gunther's so goddamn good.
Yeah. It's not like he does anything flashy like most wrestlers does. He's ground level. Because even Taker says he's my favorite wrestler right now.
Dude's a star. He's a stud. I'm so happy that for some reason or whatever reason it was that man because everybody's like, "Oh, he's not going to go to the main roster. He wants to go to the main roster because he doesn't want to deal." You heard those stories, remember back when, and then. Finally, he gets the move to NXT, which he came over to the States. And I was like, "Oh, my God, Gunther's coming to the States and doing UK," because he was just in UK, UK.
What is it like he's been in the WWE for like 2,000 something days total. And only 400 and something of those days, he has not been a champion.
Yeah.
The dude is on fire.
Dude's a monster.
And he made the United Kingdom champion extremely relevant, the Intercontinental champion extremely relevant, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do with his world title because already he's on fire with it.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, at least we're all on board about Gunther, about just I mean, the man's a machine. I mean, with his size, what he can do,
shaving people's chest in.
The only thing he needs, I think, the last thing that he needs to get rid of Kaiser.
No, shut up.
Oh no, shut up.
Shut up. No, shut up. Shut up.
Kaiser needs to step out of his shadow. It's not good.
I think Kaiser needs to go back down to NXT and get the North American title and make it the European title.
There you go.
And bring it back to Gunther. He doesn't need to shed Gunther. Him and Gunther need to be emerged all the way to the top because they're legitimate best friends, bro.
Right.
Like they're legitimate best friends. These guys have been working together for years.
Well, what if they take the US?
I'm sorry, Barbie. She said I miss Chubby Gunther.
What if he takes? What if he took the U.S. title and made it?
Good thing Gunther was never chubby. You're thinking of Walter, my dear.
Hey, don't talk about my dad like that.
Oh goodness!
But no, the fact that like Ludwig does such a good job announcing him. He feels Gunther's like the German European version of Alberto Del Rio and what's his name? I can't remember his manager.
Ricardo Rodriguez.
Ricardo Rodriguez.
And he needs to do it every time Gunther comes
No,
out.
no, there's special occasions.
Then every PLE.
Pay-per-views.
Yeah, it needs to be occasions because he is that good, and I think him like, dude, this mofo made me want to see the European title again. Like I didn't even know I wanted that title back until Ludwig's like, I'm gonna take that United States title and I'm gonna make it the European title. I'm like, this son of a bitch.
European title was a very nice looking belt.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't even know I won that title back, bro.
Wasn't that was because they had the Intercontinental title and the European, and then when they merged those together, that's when they had that's when they brought in the U.S. title.
Yes.
So I think it would be perfectly fine. I think everyone would be all right if they got rid of the U.S. title for the European.
No, because we don't need more belts.
No, I'm saying get rid of the U.S. title and turn.
No, I love the U.S. title. You can't do that.
I'm just saying, give one of these mid-card titles if Ludwig wins it or somebody. They need to somehow bring back why not bring back the European title somehow with
at least
have it float all three brands. Have it float all three brands.
Just have it like how like when Edge won the spinner, you got the radar spinner or whatever, the Eco title. Like just when Kaiser wins the U.S. title, you just have.
I could see that, but that's too much AEW because that's what they're doing with things. We don't want to do that.
Didn't like AEW had like one title switch names like 3 times already? It's like
the international title.
International was All Atlantic, then International, then American, and then
it was the American title.
It's like
we must have got sued.
Hey, New Japan did it. New Japan did it before them.
Oh yeah. It's not an uncommon thing to do it. I mean, TNA did it with the Global Legends and whatever else they effing called that thing.
Was it King of the Hill or something like that?
Yeah, the King of the Hill title, the Global title, Legends, and then there was like 6.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the King of the Mountain. No, well, that was King
and
of the Mountain, man.
It was Booker T's title.
Yeah.
that he created.
Shoot.
Good job, Booker.
AEW's getting more freaking title belts than freaking UFC, and UFC's got legitimate class divisions. This is just.
Well, he changed the TNT title every time that someone wins.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that they're doing that with that TNT title.
Do it with all their personality.
Jack Perry's is beautiful.
Come on, dude.
Jack, and the fact that he minted it himself.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Even cooler.
Yeah.
It's not bad, Ruby. Like, it's definitely like their title that's meant to be sold as a toy.
The worst one was the red strap.
Well, the fact that Jack Perry's driving the short bus fits his personality.
God damn. That's bad.
So where are we starting? We've already talked Gunther. Where are we starting on the card? What were your standouts?
I mean, we've already talked Gunther. Well, we kind of go over, with notable promos such as like Drew coming back now and facing Wade Barrett.
That was good.
Face to face. He was kind of ticked off at him, and then Adam Pearce coming out.
You get my business one more time.
Now, I mean, the only thing with that is they could at least let like Wade like take his headset off and like halfway walk around the table, make him not sound like a baby. I'm going to say the other word, but At least let him show he still has a set of balls. Then Pierce comes out and
No,
breaks it up.
I like the fact that he didn't say anything though, because his position is a commentator. He hasn't been in the
Yeah.
ring in how long?
But he's been getting involved. But he's been getting involved with Drew Stucco, been pushing him back and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
to keep
that
his
kind of
friend,
stuff.
keep his drunk friend from doing something stupid.
I feel like if they're gonna get physical and you're gonna involve Wade Barrett, and
It has to be built up. Dustin's right.
And in exchange of words, they need to have Drew throw the first punch. You need to have Drew go one step further, and that's when Wade Barrett's like, all right, now I'm gonna say something. Now I'm gonna get in your face, and now all the cards are on the table. But right now, he's just a commentator. He's just Drew's friend. He's trying to stop him from messing up his career.
If they do go the route that Wade Barrett and Drew perhaps get a match somewhere on a card down the line, Wade needs to not really say anything about it unless he's talking to the other commentator. Wade playing off in that, because I agree with Ruby. That was a very, very strong promo from Drew. Everything went down really well. And this new version of Drew almost feels Drew Gulak. Not Drew Gulak, Gallows? My bad.
Gallo.
Right? Gallo?
Yeah.
Why did I think Drew Gulak? But I missed Drew.
That guy's great.
but when he was on the indies and stuff, it feels like that character again. So for Wade to just sit there and not really interact with it and not come on, man. He's just, come on, man. They
couldn't let it okay, they could have gave it
no, he does not need to do anything. And I'm saying if they
let me finish. I was going to say fuck you. They could have gave it more than a 2 second stare off. Then it's 1, 2. Then he comes out. Let him at least do a hard stare down. At least do something.
I'm with you, but it's the first real altercation.
Okay, and like any other altercations, they do a hard stare down. That was not a hard stare down.
I think Wade needs to be more, that's my friend, I'm not worried about it right now. And then we keep building to it if it's going to be something. I have a feeling it's going to be something.
Because he posted on social media, he posted a picture of that incident, and he said, we're friends through thick and thin, and this must be thin.
Yeah.
So he's addressed it.
And WWE's doing a really good job playing the social media game, too, with things.
Because, I feel like if Wade would have gotten involved there, it would have taken away from Drew and Punk. People are like, oh, we don't want to see Drew and Punk again. We want to see Wade and Drew now because Wade's gotten involved.
Yeah, we're still building.
It's let's get this, one win. They're both tied with 1 win apiece. Let's get this, this grudge match done with, and then you get Wade involved. Because now, something can happen at Bad Blood where Drew's going to, how Drew is, he points fingers. So now he's going to point fingers at Wade after Bad Blood. That's
Perhaps. That's a good thought. I mean, there is rumors, too, coming out that Drew's going to be facing up against potentially Bo and the Wyatt Six, too. That storyline might be coming down the pipe. And this sets up a beautiful lineage if they do want to go that way. Wade's the friend. He's the family member, remember? That's what the Wyatt Six are supposedly, that's the bigger story. And I like looking in between the lines of things when in professional wrestling. Once again, there's a theme here tonight, guys. If you're not paying attention to the fact that WWE and partially in AEW with Jericho, they are listening to the fans on things and understanding where they're going with it, that Drew Wade, that's potential storyline. And they're using social media to produce those stories.
Yep, exactly. So I mean, we're gonna have Drew and Punk, Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell. Almost looks like eventually Gunther is going to be accepting the challenge of Sami Zayn for the World Heavyweight Championship. Let's kind of jump right into, because the only other really notable match, like I said, started off with the street fight between Wyatt Six and American Made. That was pretty hellacious to start Raw. Wyatt Six staying strong is on top of that, and they need to be. And then
I did like that German that Chad Gable took.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was an ankle lock, and then he took that German.
I will say this. Stop with the mystery opponents. or the mystery partners. I hate it. We already know who it's going to be. Stop it. You're in Canada. We all know it's Natalia. You go to SmackDown. Kevin Owens. We all know it's going to be Randy. Just stop. Like, even whenever he brought out that Ricky or whatever his name was.
It was supposed to be Ricky. Leave it alone.
We all knew it was Randy.
I was really hoping it was somebody bigger than Natalia. Like,
Yeah.
I
I literally messaged Ruby. I was like, Natalia.
Yeah,
40
you
seconds
messaged
later.
both of us about it.
yeah. My
Oh,
wife
yeah,
was
that's
like,
right. I was just like, God damn it.
My wife was like, they're in Canada. Isn't it going to be Natalia? And all of a sudden we hear her music, and I look at her. I was like, thanks for jinxing it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like,
Awesome was like, I'll bet you $20 this the time. Like, I don't feel like losing $20.
like, oh my God.
The Finn Ray match was very, very well done too. I really like how they're reestablishing the Judgment Day as a legitimate threat. Because we're about to get Finn, Damian. Well, that's happening at Bad Blood. That whole stuff and that build up for that was excellent.
I love the promo he had on Damian, where he was basically saying he's not a sidekick. He was world champion, and he's tired of being the sideline dude and basically being a sidekick, and he was over it. And I feel like that's the Finn that we've been needing for a long time, and it's what he needed to reestablish himself. As
we're about to see the
champion.
resurgence of Finn Balor.
Oh, I'm loving it.
100% resurgence of Finn Balor is about to happen. Not only that,
stupid jacket.
you get Dominic beating Dragon Lee, and once again another fantastic fun match. So Liv did help that one, right?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah, she ran interference for it, and just that camaraderie those two are building up to it's awesome. It's really nice to see these guys really get established. Now, please let's do something great with Carlito and JD. Can we get those two? Everybody be crapping on JD way too much.
Why doesn't he have a Funko Pop come out yet?
Bigger camera lens. Bigger camera lens.
Square. I mean,
dude, JD McDonough's like, let that guy go in the ring, and people are going to start to shut up.
Zach, you just made me think. You just know what you made me think of, because we were talking about Family Guy earlier, and you know how there's that one scene where they were trying to get that girl's head. He's like, Peter's like, back the camera up, back the camera up, back the camera up.
Well, there's a meme for you right there.
oh, man.
Dude, I thought JD McDonough was goofy as heck when I saw him for the first time in the UK thing, and then the guy just performs so well in the ring, and you can't get mad at him.
Oh no! This stuff is B when Truth got on him. That was.
And then Carlito and him would be hilarious together.
Oh man!
Head so big, looking like a Funko Pop.
What about that main event though? The fatal 4-way.
They're doing Ilya dirty.
No, he's fine.
Not really.
He's
not really.
won one match since he's been on the main roster.
Yeah. It was against Ricochet, wasn't it?
It was in his. No, he's won two. He won his qualifying triple threat match, and he beat Ricochet.
Yeah, I was gonna say he beat Ricochet in one of them.
And he's been on the main roster for how many months now?
Yeah, but here's the thing about this Fatal 4-Way that ticks me off. You're going to Dragunov not getting his fair shake. Pete Dunne, by the way, can do no wrong. I absolutely love everything they're doing, and the fact that they keep bringing up the Butch thing, and it pits him. I really hope it he sets off and goes fire here soon because of it. Braun Strowman looks strong, but here's the thing: if Jay does not leave Bad Blood or whenever they have this match as IC champion, I am over with it. I'm coming on here and I'm going to be blowing up, peeved off, because Jey Uso needs some type of title. You call him main event, and then every time he gets into these big match situations and he's rubbing with the true main event, you're like, not yet, nope. This
you know what he needs? You know what he needs? He needs to be in the main event Mafia with Kurt Angle.
Stop.
Oh man,
you're up to $1.50.
Right?
No, I think that's a $3.50, man. That's a $3.50.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Z, I'm already building your soapbox as we speak for whenever that happens. Because
dude, it's ridiculous.
Going to happen.
Braun's gonna beat him. But like, why is Jay taking all these pins over? I know.
I think it'll be I have some kind of feeling it'll be a bloodline related loss.
Sammy and them eventually are going to be heading back over to help Roman. It's coming.
Yeah.
Survivor Series.
Like,
It's coming. But like,
You think it's because of that press conference last year?
do you feel him?
She's been.
Do you feel him?
Do you feel him?
You feel him, sir?
Kamala's in here since our daddies.
since both of our daddies.
Oh shit!
Damn it, Jay.
Well, I mean, but also, I mean, Braun Breaker's just gotten the title not that long ago, and you kind of have to.
So did Zach wins. Come on. Anything can happen. It's wrestling.
Braun. Okay.
Welcome to the big leagues.
Yeah, but Braun's also put over the fact that none of his daddies could beat his daddies or something like that.
My dad could beat your dad's ass.
Yeah, so, like, who knows? They could go a different direction with it, but, man, and who says Breaker doesn't get it back? Just give Jay the title for a little bit. I don't care if Breaker, like, gets all pissed off afterwards and we get another match between Jay and Breaker just destroys the shit out of Jay and Jay loses it. We have to do something to keep Jay going.
But I don't think they can do that because that'd be a repeat of the Sami Zayn rivalry.
Not
really.
Not really.
He lost.
He loses.
He lost to Sami the first time, came back and destroyed him the second time.
That's overlooking. That's putting focus to too many details.
But what you do is you have a bloodline loss for Jay. They do War Games, and then he gets another shot, and then he beats Braun Breaker.
No, Jay wins it now, and then you do it, and then that's what leads into the bloodline stuff. Because what if Solo or somebody comes over and takes Jay, helps Breaker win it back, and then that gives Jay the reason to go help Roman.
Yeah, there you go.
You see what I'm saying? Like, go ahead.
Plus you mentioned the fact that like the same thing as Sammy. Sammy's over, but he ain't over like no Jay Uso.
No, Jay is so like any arena that man's walking in, them people are yeeting all over themselves.
I was like, there's only like two people that's on the level of Jay right now being over is Cody and Roman. That's it.
I would even throw LA Knight in there as gracing that same surface.
Okay. I mean, like, you could pull like the hell to Mick Foley and Triple H when Mick Foley won the title and Triple H won it back the next night on Raw or some shit. It'll still work.
This is
Not
one of those
do that,
this is one of those situations that we could have a short-term title reign, and it makes sense. It builds the story.
But you don't think it'll damage Jay by having a short reign?
No. Look at how Cody and him won the tag team titles. They were just the bridge gap. They were just a gap in the system because it progressed the storyline of Bloodline having issues with Cody and all that stuff, and having issues with Jay. Like it progressed that story.
Yeah. So
if you put it in there just for that bit, Jay gets his comeuppance on Braun, but then Braun's like, no, and keeps going after Jay, and then all of a sudden, whatever happens over here with Cody and Roman. Because I believe Cody's literally about to shed away from the bloodline. I truly think they're about to push him away from the bloodline. Cody's going to help him.
Blood.
Yeah, Cody's going to help Roman. Roman's going to be like, okay, now we finished that. I'm coming after you. They're not going to be done. They're going to attack Roman again. Roman then brings Jimmy back. Now the whole time, Jay's the champion. Roman's over here, and they're fighting them. They go after Jay. And it just makes sense that's how they bring Jay back over into the storyline. It's because Jay's getting a notoriety and Solo doesn't want it. You're not the tribal chief. Remember? Come on. It plays into that whole thing.
Now Jimmy Uso is.
Shut up.
Hold on. Time out. Ruby, are you trying to be Zach?
No, I had something going on with my nose. It was bugging me. Yeah.
Get all the boogers out?
Nah, it's something different, man. Nah.
Ruby, you're the veteran here. You're the guy that knows wrestling better than us. Are we wrong or right? Or like where were you sitting on it?
I mean, Cody does need a break away from the bloodline, and unfortunately, that's still going to be tagged along. As we'll get to that here in a little while, but you can only drag it out so far. I mean, as far as, but then once again, where's going to be Cody's next step after that, though?
Orton.
I mean, after the bloodline,
Orton.
this bloodline feud does need to go down. It needs to start getting built up now to lead into War Games at the end of November. So, as far as but Cody does need to stay away. It almost tells me that Cody is going to be involved with this War Games against the bloodline because they're not pulling all the Fatus up or any of any other Haku's kids coming up, to help join with the bloodline.
I think we get like the OG bloodline versus the new bloodline.
But they got to start pulling people up in onto the roster, but they're not here yet. That's the thing. And with them not being here yet, how are you going to build on that if they don't get here quick? They got to get here by Bad Blood. If they're not here by Bad Blood, then guaranteed Cody's going to be drugged into this War Games.
Yeah.
Which is fine because you're not really putting the focus on any undisputed WWE title match at War Games anyway, because that's basically what you're there for, a Survivor Series. You really don't need to have like any type of singles title on the line. Keep it old school. Just have these Survivor Series.
I personally don't want to see this in War Games.
They'll have some.
I want to see old school Survivor Series.
Yes, exactly.
The elimination.
Yep, I want to see old school Survivor Series.
I want to see the Captain Falls Survivor Series. Remember that one where it was like they had the traditional elimination, but they had a team captain. When the team captain was pinned, the match was over altogether.
Oh yeah, that was like. I
vaguely remember that one
too.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that one.
Well,
like
that's War Games
Captain
though.
Falls.
But
it was like it was a traditional like Survivor Series elimination match, but they had a team captain. So if you had all your guys still in, but
the captain got pinned,
it was over.
It was over with.
It was called a captain.
I don't remember that at all.
It was like
Macho Man was in one of them.
Falls. Yeah, it was. They didn't do it. It wasn't like it wasn't something they did often. But I just remember it from like the early 2000s. They did it a couple times, and then they brought it into like the games too, because it was like a Survivor Series Captain Falls match.
Oh, okay, Captain's Falls. Okay.
Shit, I'm not gonna lie. I missed the scramble. So
yeah,
because Brian Kendrick is the World Heavy Champion at least once.
Look, Brian Kendrick's great. I don't give a damn what nobody says.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I still, the scramble is still a match for me that matters, because he was the World Heavy Champion for like 6 minutes in that match.
What they say that he's not because the bell didn't ring or something like that?
Yeah, because the bell didn't ring. But he got the pinfall and was the champion if the bell would have won.
Pish posh.
I like the scramble match. The scramble match was fun. Let's go on to NXT, brother.
Heck yeah.
That'd be a good one. Use it for what's the pay-per-view they have? Gold Rush?
I like
these Gold Rush.
Yeah, where they have there's the Iron Man one.
Oh, that's when they do the Iron Survivor.
Yeah, the Iron Survivor Challenge or whatever they call it. Like that match was awesome. Oba Finney. This is right here. I'm going straight to my highlight of NXT. Okay.
Yeah.
Hammerstone versus Oba Finney. Oh, that was so awesome! And then seeing the Don standing over him, let's go! Because there's only one big giant, and it's Omos. Shut up, Scott.
Put him on TV then. Jeez.
Yeah, it's upsetting me, man. But Omos is the dude. That guy is killing it. And to see Hammerstone finally make the jump over, one of the rising... Dude, that dude is rising through the ranks quick. and he is fabulous in the ring. Fabulous in the ring.
Yeah, no, that was a when I saw that he was challenging for the title, I'm like, great. I said that's good. They're having another TNA crossover, but a big guy to go up against Oba, but Oba's still coming out the victor in that one, and it's just question is who is gonna knock this guy off his freaking
the Don
off his block. I mean, you think Tony D'Angelo is going to be able?
The Don's taking that belt, bro.
Wow,
okay. I have liked the Don since he came on to NXT. This guy has taken over Escobar's role so well within that group, that brand, and it's amazing to see him. Stacks. I can't remember the other guy. He's got a great look though. Like the dude's boss is like that dude's jacked. But the lawyer guy, what's his name?
Oh shit!
Italian guy.
Yeah, but yeah, because it's the whole. Shut up. And it's not Kurt Angle.
No, I mean, I
everything about that faction, the Don family, is phenomenal, bro.
He needs Vito.
I mean,
he needs the big Vito.
Big Bad Vito?
Yeah.
ECW, bro.
The guy who wears dresses? Or
no, it's because WWE did him wrong.
Actually, it was his idea.
He still does it.
I know it was his idea.
They never had to say yes.
Vince is like, whatever, dude.
Yeah. Vincent
I would
a lot, but
if you're gonna do something like that, if you're gonna bring back a legend that is known for being Italian, there's only one, and that's Nunzio.
Oh my god, I was going to say Nunzio.
That's
he is in TNA.
I know, and there you go again. Get better internet.
It's after 9 p.m. It's free.
It's after 9 p.m. It's free. Damn. No, but what really gave me an OMG moment was right off the bat when the Bloodline crashed the party. Bro, what the hell?
Just annihilated the place.
I was just like, Floor, like, what is the Bloodline going to NXT to mess with the Street Profits?
But see, that sets up more of a reason for me saying that they could show up on Raw to mess up Jay eventually when he had the IC title.
Yeah.
Is we don't know where these guys are going to show up. Like, they literally pop in it. Well, they do have a feud right now with Street Profits because I think Street Profits are number one contenders, correct?
Yeah.
So, made sense. Played the storyline. Too bad, what's his name, couldn't wrestle for the Rascals.
Oh, yeah, Trey Miguel was not cleared to
Trent's not cleared right now for the Rascals, so they had to ex-nay their – because that match would have been fun.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Not to say that the Street Profits in Axiom and Frazier.
No, they were killing it. They were proving why the Street Profits were such a great tag team at one time that like somehow they just fizzled out. Like they were such a great unit.
And Dawkins is just getting so much better. Like that.
Yeah.
Because Dawkins is what have I been saying from day one? What have I been saying from day one? It's not Montez Ford that's the better of the two. It's Angelo Dang It Dawkins. Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, you are
just like Jimmy Uso.
Shut up. You shut up.
And just like Matt Hardy.
Okay, you're fired.
Montez Ford is about careless jumping as Jeff Hardy is.
Dude, I'm sorry. I don't like that reckless throwaway abandonment thing. And Montez has had too many bad spots that you can't justify him being the better of the two when Dawkins is easily just as charismatic. And here's the key. It starts with an S. Safe. That man makes it look real, puts it in the thing, and it's clean every damn time.
Yeah. I mean, you don't just jump off the ropes like you're getting ready to crowd surf or
he still does that kind of stuff too, but like it's clean.
You know.
Oh, and by the way, mentioning Matt considers Dustin considers the Hardy's thing, so you're up to a McChicken now. You bought a McChicken.
Yeah,
Dawkins is the dude. That's
6 weeks.
That's my street profit.
Yeah, the McChicken's coming in about 4 to 6 weeks, and the mayonnaise is already on it. So
yeah,
they'll still be good too.
2 pounds of mayonnaise.
Let's see what else. Jordan Grace versus Sol Ruka.
Yeah. So that was a solid match until the lights went out after the Muscle Buster from Jordan Grace, and Rosemary and Wendy Chu came up to crash the party again.
I was pretty surprised to see the Muscle Buster within WWE.
Yeah,
that threw me out. Like after what happened to TJ.
Yeah,
I was like, that's another.
I love TJ.
Oh, same.
Yeah, Samoa Joe got sloppy Joe with that move.
He didn't mean to. It was an accident. Like it was a complete accident.
It is
Millions of times have done it.
Accidents happen, So do unplanned pregnancies. So
who knows? TJ's like muscle could have been out of line, but no.
Dave, you expecting?
Jordan Grace and Sol Ruka just tore the house down, and I have to say, Medusa's right. Sol Ruka deserves to be there. That woman is stellar in that ring.
Oh, absolutely.
Her little, what's that front flip cutter that she does? Oh my god, that thing's beautiful. Oh, I love that.
Dude, yeah, that's a sweet move. Of course, we didn't see it.
She could snatch myself.
I don't believe it. I don't believe we saw that one, but no, that was a really good match. I'm really just kind of still with TNA mixing it with Rosemary from TNA and then Wendy Chu from NXT. They're both kind of working together as like a little
I love it, dude. I love it. Give me Jessica Havoc in it and call it a day.
There you go.
We want pillows.
Dude, they are awesome together.
Do a body pillow.
What are you doing, dude? It's not your time.
And what about the debut of Julia going against Chelsea Green?
I love Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is my like.
If you don't like Chelsea Green, I want you to jump out in front of a city bus.
You are an idiot. that video.
Hang on. If you like Chelsea Green, then you gotta like Bret Hart.
No, the hell I don't.
They both just bitch and moan and groan.
No, Chelsea Green's beautiful at it though.
Yeah, she's entertaining.
Make Bret Hart her manager.
No, hell no.
to have her call Sir Nicholas the Prickless.
No flavor Ava.
Yeah.
No flavor Ava.
All day.
Oh, dude.
Didn't she roast Pierce for not having hair?
Oh, dude, she's the best with it all.
She said something about she likes Nick Aldis and he has hair.
I never thought in 2024 that I would okay, it's sitting there. I want the Divas title back, and I want it on Chelsea Green right this second. Chelsea Green would resurrect that thing and make it the greatest championship in WWE, and you are missing out because she is the best.
She would get booed out of the building more than Dom would.
Bro, you give me a skit with Michelle McCool and Layla and Chelsea Green with the Divas title and how they separated the women's title stuff. Oh my God, you guys are missing out. Chelsea Green is a hero. She is a hero to women, and her.
Dustin, you're sounding like one of those guys who needs to take a trip out in front of the city bus I was talking about.
Did you watch that video I sent you that she did where she was asking who the greatest Canadian wrestler was? I posted it on We Talk Wrestling, so go to We Talk Wrestling. It was from I don't know if it was from WWE or her social media. She's going around backstage asking wrestlers who's the greatest Canadian wrestlers. And one of them is Theory standing there. There's a stand-up mirror. And you see Chelsea in the thing go. And she's like,
that's me.
Me. And then Austin finally says it. And she's like, dude, the things this woman's doing, you do not realize how great. All I want to see now is her and the bunny. Can we get Allie to WWE, please. I know she said but those two working together in TNA was gold back in the day. And if you go back and watch it, because it was phenomenal. So if we could get those two in WWE with Piper Niven, I think those three would be a stellar trio because I absolutely love everything going on with it.
Absolutely. Well, we'd be remiss to not talk about the main event, that last man standing match, bro. Oh, man.
We're not
What
going
a finish to it.
Charlie
And
Dempsey.
that match went all over the place, literally.
They were everywhere.
That
Yeah,
spot off the top of that balcony or whatever.
The Russian leg sweep.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought at one point that they were going to be both counted out and that Ethan Page was going to have a triple threat on the CW premiere. But I love how the finish went, though.
Back body drop.
Oh, we're oh man, that was spectacular. And
Ethan tried to get in there, the back body drop onto the announce table for a trick to Ethan. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ego's getting his Bobby Roode on with those suits.
Bro, it doesn't. I am so happy to see Ego doing so dang good. That we have been rooting him on, cheering him on since the day we met in Glory Pro. Skylar's sitting in front of me. Austin's sitting in front of me and goes, "This guy, watch this guy. Watch this guy." And he comes out, and there was something in the ring or something happened. And so, like, he's sweeping the ring because they had to find a broom and stuff, and he's making fun of it.
That hardcore match.
Dude, and then he put on, it was him and Jake something. Another guy from TNA that needs to make the jump to NXT.
No, it wasn't Jake something. It was what was that little skinny bastard's name? That always wore the vest.
Shoot,
I can't remember his name right now.
Cody?
No, it wasn't Cody.
The white guy? The white guy? Like Seamus White? We used to make fun of him. Casper?
No.
Glow in the dark?
Not like he. I'll think of him here in a minute, but shit. You know, I suck with names.
Yeah, it's okay. Ego's been the dude. Like that's one of the guys to watch. And when he went to AEW, I'm like, okay, I don't see you as an AEW guy. Like, I didn't think he fit the mold. And then to finally see him make the jump to WWE and NXT, I was like, this is going to be it right here. Because I don't care what anyone says. Everybody says Carlito had it when he came out and he was doing the Carlito cool. And it was a rip. It wasn't a rip-off. It was a beautiful paying respect to Razor Ramon, in my opinion. It was a great, like, other type of character like that. But Ego gives me Scott Hall vibes through in, day out, all the time, and I love it, and I want to see him succeed so much.
Yep. I totally agree.
The dude is phenomenal. And the fact that he's won the NXT title like the quickest out of anybody, like in the shortest amount of time.
Yeah, it's like a month in.
Yeah.
He was NXT champion.
And the way he won it, like, just fit his character.
They pulled the triggers. It's one of those times where, like, they knew the right person. And they pulled the trigger and did the right thing by the right person, made them look like a star from the day one get-go. But you got to give credit to Ego, man. Ethan Page, you got to give him credit for it because he came in feeling like a star himself. He's known he was a star. That guy will tell you, and easily one of the nicest dudes you'll ever meet, like, behind closed doors. Easily one of the nicest dudes. But he's not afraid to tell you. He's not afraid to say that you are Duke.
I will say this. I feel like the next guy that needs that kind of chance is Lexus King.
I think Lexon's doing exactly what he needs to do. That promo that he gave this week was amazing, except for, like, the beard's goofy, but I'm also for it, like, because it fits his character.
Yeah, it fits him so well. It's such a
and the
douchebaggy beard, like
the fact that he has.
Ooh, it makes me mad, but I love it.
The internet were jumping down their throat on Lexus King, saying that he was used better in AEW, and he comes out and goes, "Really? Because I've been on TV more than I've ever been in wrestling." I'm all for it. I'm happy he's doing what he's doing. He's really doing Do I agree with everything he's done? No, but the guy is showing the Brian Pillman-esque vibes, and I love it.
Zach, that name was Kurt Stallion, by the way.
Oh, jeez! Yes! Somebody that I really wish would have got a better stroke in WWE when he was in NXT.
Yeah, that was the one Ego was facing before that or after that hardcore match.
Because it was Jake something in AJ, right? AJ.
No,
No.
it was the old boy that was from that group that wore all pink and everything. Had the real big heavy set dude. Kevin.
KLD and them.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I remember. These not our friends.
Yeah. There you go.
Something like that. I can't remember what their name was. I can't remember his name. That was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good card. That Glory Pro show was amazing.
Yeah, Lucha Brothers faced
best friends.
Not best. Yes, best friends. Yes, those guys were great.
How do you guys feel about the
world's best friend?
The rumors of the Lucha Bros signing with WWE and Motor City Machine Guns also signing.
Okay, so like there is major rumors about that supposedly Lucha Brothers are going straight to the main roster.
SmackDown.
I think that's a bad move. I truly believe they need to take a swing through NXT first. If that's the case, they are coming. I'm not saying, once again, these are rumors. We're not saying they're facts. So if you want to say they're facts, there's other websites that say that are. I'm not one of those.
Right.
You think I had a thought on them going straight to the main roster.
They don't need to go to the straight main roster. They need to go through NXT because them and the Motor City Machine Guns can really help the NXT tag team roster and really develop it more. So they need to go there.
But my thought process is look at Santos Escobar and Delgado. He told them that if they didn't get their shit together and start getting wins, he was going to find people who do.
Now you say that. Holy shit. Wasn't thinking about that.
What if he dumps those two and brings in them and he starts wearing his mask again?
I could... oh, dude, that...
Dustin's finally popped his cherry. I like the idea.
I like the idea, so I'm okay with it. But I don't want to see...
The only other thing is they destroy the Lucha Bros and throw them with the fucking LWO and then ruin them.
No, don't do that. Shut up.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah,
shut up. Don't even think that anymore. That thought stops right there.
You put them with Legado del Fantasma and you have Dark Zero.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Rey Fenix and Santos. They would be unstoppable. That would make them a legit threat.
As long as we don't lose the other tag team. We can't lose the other because they do really well. They're a great tag team.
Berto and Angel just aren't it.
I don't think they fit the mold with him. I almost think that.
They were really good on their own in NXT.
Yeah, they were getting there in NXT.
But I just think Santos needs them. And if that happens, then because I'm feeling what you're putting down on that. The female, what's her name?
Sexy as hell.
100%.
Save lives.
What's her name? Come on.
I just call her the other Lola Vice.
Don't say that. Lola Vice is nothing.
Are you talking about Selena Vega?
No, not Selena. Selena Vega's LWO. Not everybody.
Are you talking about Electra Lopez?
Lopez. It was literally there, and I wanted to say Lopez, but I couldn't think if it was correct. She needs to go with the boys then, and it just be Phoenix, Pentagon, and Escobar.
If they do have a manager, then it needs to be the Lucha Bros manager.
No. Bring back Ricardo Rodriguez.
No,
bring back Ricardo Rodriguez, and we can call it a deal. I'll agree with you 100% if Ricardo Rodriguez is the manager on that. But the manager, they don't need it. Escobar talks just fine.
Oh, yeah.
And would talk for Pentagon and Ray perfect. Ray's actually pretty decent in English.
Santos can cut a half-decent promo.
No, he was great when he was King Corno, so don't even try to play with me. Lucha Underground, bro. And then whatever he was in AAA, I can't remember his name in AAA.
I don't remember it in AAA. But I feel like Motor City will end up in...
right?
Oh,
This is the Phantom
yeah, something.
in
Oh.
English. I can't remember, but yeah, dude's a baller. I'm down with the Lucha Brothers joining him. Okay, we're done with. We can go into SmackDown now because that that kind of segues in there, Roobster.
Yeah. I mean, as far as starting off, which by the way, I mean, what your guys' take on the new logo?
I loved it.
I love it.
It's retro. It's cool. It brought back the old feel.
I love
And
that.
I'm ready to see the growth. Yeah, the entrance song was dope. That's funny because just the other day, Ruby and I, after we got off of one of the podcast shows, him and I sat here for a good 45 minutes and went through all of the SmackDown entrance theme songs and with Beautiful People still my favorite. I don't care what anyone says. The video package, the song, everything it was hitting hard at that time.
I still miss the power rock, themes coming in, for to start the show.
What'd you think about them using the original one for one of the playback things?
Oh, it was okay.
I loved it. I thought it was beautiful. That old retro 32-bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How crazy is it that they timed that perfectly with the 25th anniversary?
Right.
Yeah, that is crazy.
They switched to a new.
I don't know if it was planned, but it was definitely what was supposed to happen. Obviously.
Yeah, it was. Now my thought is Raw gonna get a new logo?
Oh, 100% will.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I guarantee we see NXT with a new logo next week, or not next week, but October 1st.
So do you think they'll wait to hold? Do you think they'll hold off Raw
The
till
Netflix?
Yeah. They'll wait until Netflix to switch the logo. Yeah, 100%. Which cracked me up because they said that Raw was the season premiere.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Same time every year.
It doesn't matter. They should have held off until January 1st. This is the season premiere, because now it's NXT, not NXT, but Netflix.
I think
technically they started in January, so it should have been a season premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it should have only been the network premiere. Well, wait, no, I don't know.
I think that's why they call it the season premiere, is because it's
when they aired on that network.
I think it's how USA sets up their seasons.
Somebody gotta go potty.
No, my cat's pissed off because the other cats are fucking with him.
Oh, dude. Okay, look. I'm sorry. This ain't got nothing to do with the wrestling, but I had to tell you guys this story. So I know you guys remember that show Friends from the '90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know how they always show that clip? They always show that where the guy was like, "Pivot, right? You know when they're trying to get up that couch up the steps. So I'm driving through, and I stop at the stoplight. These guys are trying to get this door or this couch inside the door, and I couldn't help. I was like, "Pivot!" And he's like, "Fuck you!" Dude, drop the couch and start walking towards my car. His wife was cracking up the whole time. She's like, "Leave that boy alone." That was funny.
So Triple H opens the show saying, "Are you ready?" And then says that we're starting the show with Solo versus Cody Rhodes for the title in the cage. Yeah. I was happy that they were playing up the whole escaping the cage thing, because I think WWE's lost that, because that's the original rule. It's not supposed to be pin or submit. Can we go back to the old rules?
Yes, please.
Can we please go back to the old rules?
I mean, you might have your one spot where both of them are fighting, trying to get over. The other guy pulls them back over. The rest of the time, it's a spot off the top of the cage, and that's it.
My thing was, the only thing is with Solo, if he's trying to be this force to be reckoned with, bad guy and stuff like that, he should have done more of the trying to get out of the door rather than climb, because I feel like when someone escapes through the actual door, it's a spit in the face, I knocked you on the ground, I left you on the ground long enough to walk through that door.
Well, I mean, they could have played that up more, but I liked how Cody did the slow crawl. Solo stopped him, the cliche move, I guess you could say. I just really enjoyed that they were using the cage more than past not SmackDown, cage matches in WWE as recently. The recent cage matches kind of lost the. It's a cage match. It's lost the brutality
off of every single wall.
And this is one of the parts of wrestling where, like, AEW has that shock value. If we're going to use a cage, can I please get a little more carnage?
Right.
That's all I'm asking. Like, I'm not saying they have to go stupid, but if you're using a cage, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
Just like a strap match. If you're using the strap, it's for a reason. If you're using Hell in a Cell, it's for a reason. We need more carnage in that thing. I'm not saying these guys have to break their bodies, because I don't want that. But there's a way to use that structure more as a third opponent than we have seen in recent cage matches. But these guys did it. What did you think about Cody bleeding? Now, was that legit? I don't know. But I was like, holy cow, he caught the cage. He caught the cage.
And then that spot where he solo threw him in and like he folded like an accordion.
Oh, dude, that stuff was it's been missing in WWE.
Yep, I agree.
I feel like the move away from Fox definitely helped.
I think Fox was a good thing for them.
Here's the thing: they're still censoring the crowd on USA, and there's at least a few good spots where the audio was cut out completely for like about 10-15 seconds. And this is even when Roman Reigns was out on his parts of the show, when they're chanting OTC, they couldn't figure it out in the production truck, so they cut out all the audio while they're chanting OTC. What else do they think they're going to be chanting? This is a thing that's getting me with these networks. And this is with the network. This is another point I wanted to bring up with USA, which I know for a fact because I've actually watched some movies when like Raw was off the air, anything at like 10, 11 o'clock at night, whatever movie that aired that had like S-bombs or F-bombs, and I heard them drop on TV. Okay? So you can't tell me that you're going to try and censor out something, like if someone's going to say holy shit or whatever else that maybe you think may be vulgar.
I mean, that one time that they what pay-per-view was it that it was clear that it was you effed up. It was like crystal clear that everybody was saying that.
Or the F you Roman, you
know? That's the one it was, maybe.
So the way that television, like TV shows work is they have a certain number of swear words they can say, because if you listen, they get the first chant out and then it's censored. So,
well, my friend that works for WWE, it's a referee, Rudy Charles. I asked him actually one time. He said they have a certain, like when it comes to TV, they have a certain time frame because, as stupid as this sounds, because kids cuss every day, they figure kids are up at that time, so that's why they bleep it out so kids can't hear it.
You can go to the park and hear the kids saying words.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I was like, kids cuss more than we do.
I found out the thing with the whole how the TV show works, because if you guys have ever watched the Chucky TV show, they actually have the segment at the end where he's like, "Oh, I can only have this many cuss words in my show." He's like, "So I better get them all out now." And then he starts saying, his thing. So USA, and obviously, the Chucky show's on Sci-Fi. So with USA, they probably have different stipulations and rules and guidelines.
You guys are both onto something on it.
They get the first chant out. So if they're chanting "Holy shit," they get that first one out, and then it's bleeped. So they probably only have like a one word, like they can only be said once before it's bleeped, and the crowd.
I mean, hell, they let Mr. Garrison say shit. How many times? 132.
That was Comedy Central.
Hey, there, shitty fag bag.
Skyler, you're a walking PR nightmare.
Okay.
Oh well.
So then we go into Meachim Actually, we get Roman's return.
Yeah, we get
after this.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Swarms the cage and comes in, and freaking and then Roman comes in.
Jacob Fatu looks like a freaking beast.
Oh, he is a beast.
Hang on, so let me ask you this: the biggest, most destructive person out of the new bloodline is Jacob Fatu. Why did they make him the guy that crawls out of the top to pull Solo out of the cage?
Because he's the one protecting Solo, because Solo's the tribal chief. See, you guys are all missing. Like, I am so done with them people. You people in talking about Solo not being a leader, man. Solo's doing a perfect scuzzy job of being that leader. And there's theories that Jacob's actually the one that's gonna turn sooner on Solo than we all think and expect. So there is that theory that he's jumping ship. But no, it works perfectly It doesn't matter. Like, Jacob Fatu is going to be the one to break loose, one of the big stars out of this Bloodline 2. But look how Jay was just almost as big a star as Roman was. There's nothing wrong with the dynamics, and it plays perfectly into the storyline that here's Solo, here's Jacob. Like, it's going to play, like, it's going to be a piece to the puzzle, and it's underlined already, and people don't even want to see it or see that type of storyline. Solo is such a good... Solo's killing it. We need to start giving more props to Solo. Solo's doing way cooler stuff than people are giving that man credit because Jacob's doing so good. And I understand why everybody's leaning that way.
Hey, if he's getting a reaction, and that's what matters.
Yeah, as soon as Solo walks out, they're like, we want to see Roman. We want to see Roman.
That's exactly what he needs. That's what he wants. You know, that's what they're doing.
Not only is that a Roman chant, but that is an anti-Solo chant.
And now all you need is a one-on-one match with Solo and Roman and have Solo go over. That's what he needs.
I don't know if Solo actually needs to go over.
Just imagine the boos he would get.
If Solo goes over, I would almost rather see it as Bloodline 2 toppling Bloodline 1. But that's not going to happen either.
You don't think so?
Nah. Nah, Bloodline OG all day.
After Jimmy getting beat to hell.
Yeah, Jimmy comes back. Jimmy's going to get an ovation that we all didn't know that man could get. Because he was, even after Jay went to Raw, people underestimated the talent that Jimmy was starting to show. That he's had all along. They are just as good. The Usos are just as good as separate as they are together.
And that's very rare.
Especially since when they took on the Day One-ish. And it's freaking hilarious that they're called Day One-ish when Roman Reigns is the one. Like, because that's years after. That's years after the whole thing. I
was telling my wife about that on
Friday.
I was like, that, like, when they started, they always said "we the ones." Like,
we the ones and you the twos.
They've always said that.
That whole the whole setup for Roman becoming the one, it's crazy how it happened. And Solo and all them are just going to get the rub, but they don't need it. Like, it's going to be amazing, and I'm all here for the storyline. I really am.
What are they going to do with all these Samoans once the Bloodline storyline's over?
I could not believe the Samoans are killing it as much as they are.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's that little stare off though, like when Roman was telling Jacob, in the ring. Even that was 3 seconds, it was gold.
These are who thought we were going to see a Jacob Fatu Roman Reigns match down the road? I want to see that match. Holy balls!
that's going to be a bad match when that happens. I think it will happen too.
The funny thing is whenever Cody said he wasn't going to sign the contract, I was like, oh, Jimmy's going to come back tonight. And the fact that Cody signed it, I think was a smart move for Jimmy's return.
Jimmy's the one that saves him.
That's what I'm saying is I'm not the only one that thought Jimmy was going to come back after Cody said that he wasn't going to sign it.
Yeah, it's because the internet got flooded with a bunch of dumb rumors that were all bogus.
Right.
I did like, though, how Cody put his hand down like Roman does when he asks for the microphone or whatever.
Oh, yeah, dude.
For the contract. That was good.
The whole thing, with Cody saying, because Roman's like, I am WWE. I am SmackDown. This is my show. And then Cody comes down. He's like, you were, and it was your show
before WrestleMania.
So like, dude, to see that, and then we're getting that down the line. So now we have potentially 2 matches, 3 set up for Roman outside of the actual bloodline getting a match, right? I want to see Cody versus Roman too. I want to see Solo get his ass stomped by Roman, and I'm not a Roman fan. Go back on We Talk Wrestling and talk about how I said that Roman Reigns wasn't supposed to be the guy that broke out of the Shield. My money was always on John Moxley or Seth, and truly it was John Moxley. I'll be honest with you. Dean Ambrose all the way. So Roman's got us all. That's who got us all. Like, if you say you ain't a Romans fan and you still think Roman sucks, you lying. You in denial.
I mean, you could ask Chris. I like when the Shield first started. I was always a Roman fan first.
I know you were. You and I had this debate long ago. Long ago.
Did.
My favorite member of the Shield was Kurt Angle.
Oh my God, I've had $1 for every time I heard the man's name.
That's definitely $3.50. That's definitely $3.50.
He's up to that large chocolate shake.
And that was a good placement. That was a good placement. He was a member, technically.
He's an
honorary
own
member.
Shield action figure.
Oh man.
But on Real Talk, like they keep producing these storylines of the bloodline. Holy cow.
And it's sad that, like, everyone's saying Cody's reign has been boring, but then once you involve the bloodline or Roman Reigns, then it's no longer boring.
People just wanted to rag on Cody because he was the new shiny thing, and the shiny thing sucked, supposedly. That's all it was. It was a bunch of idiots that don't know their ass from a hole in the wall.
I'm a huge Cody Rhodes fan.
Same here. 100%. Have been from day one. I'm talking about the shitty John Deere green tights. Oh, God dang.
That's with Hardcore Holly.
Dude, when he was tagged with Hardcore Holly, and he's like one of the only tag team wrestlers to turn on the tag team wrestler and join the other guy in the ring and win the title, he never lost the title.
He lost his title at the same time.
Yeah, like, Cody's the dude. I say that a lot. The dude. I like that. The dude. Cody's the boss. Stardust was the bomb. I don't care what Cody says.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Stardust was the bomb.
His match with Stephen Amell was pretty good.
Yeah, Stardust was awesome. Dashing Cody Rhodes was awesome. Non-dashing Cody Rhodes was awesome. Rhodes Scholars, him and Damian Sandow, underrated tag team. Everything Cody Rhodes has done has proven that he's a star, 100%. He went to ROH and made himself the biggest thing.
Yep.
He went to New Japan. Like, Cody's just as good, if not better, than Roman Reigns. And that's what makes it so good, is that we have these two comparisons again of guys like, okay, Austin Rock. Everybody wants to talk that Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland are the Austin Rock of this era. And no. Roman Cody Rhodes is the Rock Austin of this era. I'm going to say it right now. We all want to see who's better. Like, I love Cody Rhodes. I love Roman Reigns. I love The Rock, and I love Stone Cold. That's what made Stone Cold and Cody Rhodes, The Rock, awesome. That's what makes Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes awesome. They have that feel where everybody's like, this is it. This is the match. Like, so I'm all for anything that they do with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline storyline and Cody Rhodes.
What about, there's 2 other matches that probably need to be highlighted here, which is the A-Town Down Under facing off against Kevin Owens, and we thought it was going to be Ricky.
God dang it. Why do I want to see Ricky in WWE now? Or anywhere?
I just like how he kept getting roasted as, who was calling him Georgia, the Animal Steel son? Whatever.
That was Michael Cole that said that. Michael Cole, the GOAT of commentators. Sorry, Excalibur. Tony Schiavone's been hanging out with Tony Khan too long. Too many lines. Because Michael Cole's the GOAT. Don't argue with me. He is. Michael Cole's.
No, I didn't. I'm not.
Pat McAfee made Michael Cole cool again.
He did.
Dude, that was great.
Yeah, as far as stunning him and
sorry, Ricky.
That oversell with that stunner. That was great.
Dude, well, I want to see Ricky back in wrestling. I need to follow Ricky.
What did you call him before he stunnered him?
You called him Ricky?
No, because what was his actual name though?
I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I think you're right. I think he did mess up the name and hit it.
Like, his real name. That something.
Go ahead.
He said, "Sorry, Ricky," and then stunned him.
Who knows? Go ahead, Skyler.
The fact that, like, what Orton and Kevin Owens said after the match, we're like, "We're sorry, Ricky. We still love you."
And then I'm telling you, you guys need to go. Ruby, you watched the video, right? Where they're Kevin and Randy are talking in the back about Ricky and stuff, and then he's like, "I wanted to RVD," and talk to and RVD's like, "I don't know where I'm at, man. I don't know planet I'm on." Planet Randy bus, because RVD was on the bus and they were going to take Ricky back to the bus.
Oh, dude. Right after that match, I'd be cracking up. They kept on showing different WWE legends and all that, and then they showed Michael PSAs that Michael Cole trying to start singing that Bad Street song.
Bad Street USA.
Like an GA.
Corey made fun of him.
Oh, God.
And then you saw Vicky, "Excuse me." And the internet's cracking me up with the fact that they're like, WWE did RVD dirty because he's doing the RVD chant, and then you go, "Excuse me," and it pans right over. They did that on purpose, you morons.
Oh, God, that was great.
Do we see? Well, on the other match I wanted to talk about here is, do we see the final match between Andrade?
Oh my God! Can we talk about a canvas being painted, bro?
Yeah.
As much as I can't stand repeat matches, these two dudes,
banger after banger,
can paint. They can paint.
Oh, that back elbow he gave him, that fake. Oh my
dude! It was
folded. Folded.
Jericho.
It was almost like, wasn't it? Booker T and Chris Benoit had a really stellar best of 7, correct?
Yeah, the first match of WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was on SmackDown. That series when they're. That's what this Carmelo Hayes and Andrade remind me. It's just how well those guys can paint that canvas and work together, and they're throwing down. Dude, that was one of the best TV matches to date.
I think the difference between like you were saying, how we hate, a lot of people hate repeat, but when it's build up something and they were actually saying this was part 5, this was part 4, this was part 3, they actually were saying this is part, and they're it wasn't Andrade beat him more 3-1 or whatever before 5, it was 2-2. They were trading back and forth on wins. Andrade won the first 2. Carmelo Hayes came back and won the other 2. And then the fact that they threw the U.S. title in there, this is going somewhere. It made sense.
Oh no, 100%. They both played directly, and then it highlighted Carmelo Hayes to the main roster coming up from NXT and being such a high draft pick. He's going up against easily one of the best luchadors of today's era, and Andrade. There's no one that compares to Andrade. And it's sad that it took leaving WWE to get noticed to come back and continue to do it. I'm happy that he's one of the guys carrying the speed division. He puts eyes on a division and helping make this whole new concept become a reality. And people are go.
I like how like you said with the speed title,
show it. I want to see it on regular TV.
Yeah, but it's just who was it that complained oh, I can't even get featured on Speed? There was, I can't remember who it was.
I don't remember who that was.
But it's they're saying like just because you compete on speed doesn't mean that you can't get featured on TV in big marquee matches.
Yeah, but I want to see the title too. That was one of the things that upset me with Ricochet.
Yeah, well, didn't he say that X signed a thing where
It's only meant to be seen on X. It makes sense. Like it makes sense to a point. Yeah. But Andrade Hayes, holy cow! I think I said that to you, didn't I, Ruby?
Yeah.
Like they're painting a can. Like oh my god, that match
was smooth.
I just think that's a bad combination with the names, though.
What?
Speed and X.
That's kind of funny. And then Nia Jax throws out one of the best promos in a long time. Like, oh my god, that promo was great.
Her and Tiffany.
Austin. Her and Tiffany are amazing together, and then you add Pretty Deadly to it. Who knew that was going to work? That's character development. I'm all for it, and I like it. That's a party that I would go to. Not you.
Yep.
Mr. Sadie Monet.
And that was good.
Yeah, Nia Jax. She's proven us wrong.
Nia Jax, more like Nia Snacks.
Thank you.
I think he's meaning in a different way than you are.
Nice.
No. Well, she has had quite a few snacks.
Tiffany is the bomb too, though.
Yes.
Tiffany, love Tiff. Love Tiff. What do you think about if?
Oh, you didn't say Stiffy? That's shocking.
If they win, one of the girls Naomi or Bailey are gone from SmackDown.
I think it's Bailey getting the win over Tiffy.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I don't see neither one of them leaving the brand. For what reason, I don't know. But, there's enough women and talent on Raw. I see Bailey getting the win on Tiffany and then Nia getting mad at Tiffany for blowing the match. So
I can see that, and I see Tiffany losing because she gets distracted with like Nia being down or something. And
I think Tiffy's going to try to cash in, and that's going to be the downfall. And Bailey wins, and then now we got more Tiffy.
What if she cashes in on SmackDown in the tag team match, makes it a fatal 4-way?
What?
Is that how that would work?
Holy shit! You just broke the rules.
Is that how? But like, is that how that
would that not make not? Oh my god! What if that happened? Then Naomi, dude, you just unlocked something. What if that actually was the thing? She cashes in on SmackDown. It becomes a fatal 4-way. Naomi wins the effing title. That's never been done with the case.
No.
You're breaking the code, bro. You're breaking the code.
I don't think there's been a woman's loss for a Money in the Bank yet either.
No.
Oh my god. That's an ending to a Money in the Bank that I want to see now. I don't like you for that. Because we've seen a triple threat out of it.
I feel like Tiffany is the perfect candidate to lose a Money in the Bank because I don't think it would hurt her.
And in that way, but for her not even to win because the fourth component that doesn't even belong wins the title?
Yeah.
Holy... That is by far my favorite thing I've ever heard anyone say. I don't know how you two feel. What is your verdicts on that?
I never would have thought of that twist. But I mean, they're missing an opportunity if they don't do it. So
holy Dustin.
That's what I'm saying is like you've had the triple threat cash in, you've had the mid-title cash in. We haven't had a fatal.
You've had the NXT title get cashed in with the Money in the Bank.
And
we've seen everything, and that would just...
We've had a pregnancy cash in.
Dude. Oh my god. We did. Holy shit, we did have somebody win because of a pregnancy.
Oh my god.
We've seen someone lose because they were beaten up by someone who wasn't even there. Like,
oh my god.
We've never seen a fatal 4-way, let alone a tag team match that turns into a fatal 4-way.
Oh my god. dude, Triple H by the JBL wrestling god, please make that. I want to send this to Teddy Long. I want to send this out to Haku. Anyone that can get this message to Triple H. That needs to be the ending. We just broke the code. Like, how would the world feel? Like, because we're only 4 people, and I'm literally blown away by this.
I mean, what isn't to like about it? What isn't to be like, holy shit about it? Like,
It's different, definitely. I like it.
You got a tag team match, and you've seen how Tiffany's been with this briefcase. Like, she's obsessed with wanting to cash it in.
Dude, I love it. I absolutely love it.
So,
and we didn't even get to the main event where we briefly talked about it. Not the main event, but the main storyline where Cody and Roman are taking on Solo and Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, Bad Blood. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, Cody. I mean, Cody's done with the bloodline. He wants to be done with the bloodline, and he needs to go. But we got to take care of this and see where it goes from there. I'm just afraid of Cody sticking around too long to go through with War Games at Survivor Series involving the bloodline.
This is how I think it goes. Roman and Cody win, get the dub. Cody says, "I'm done. I'm done with you. No more." Roman then goes, "I want a match," to Cody. And Solo and them attack Roman again, and then that's how we get the build to actually Roman recruiting his cousins and, you know, Paul Heyman coming back. What
I'm kind
You're
of
good.
going off what you going off. What if Roman and them win at the pay-per-view, but whoever, like you guys been saying, who hasn't came in yet after the match, kind of like how Solo did to help Roman win, you know, like to beat up Drew. What if whoever that mystery family member is, they help them win that match, and then that sets up for Survivor Series?
I mean, potentially.
and like, I agree with both Cody and Roman winning, and it also goes with what you were saying with Jacob turning on Solo. You give Solo taking the pin, and then if they do a Survivor Series match, then you have Solo lose again, and you have Jacob start losing faith in him, and that's why he turns.
Potentially. I
Because
don't mind that.
Solo has lost all of his major matches. At some point, you can kind of already see Jacob kind of like...
I like the idea of Fatu turning myself too of this whole thing, because look at him looking like the star out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to want to be like, no, I got to be with the star. And then that's when, because we're all forgetting certain things. The Rock's going to play a part in this eventually, right? So if Fatu goes to Roman, that brings Zilla. What the hell? That brings Zilla in, hopefully, to join Roman. Because why would he not follow Jacob? And Jacob's following Roman. And Roman's like, see, I am the tribal chief. And then boom, we hear the music. Rock hits. And Rock's like, no, see, you got it all wrong. I'm the tribal chief. Who's the one that's breaking real interesting ground? I do movies and this. And I picked Solo. Now there's your 5. Jimmy J come back, of course. We can leave Sammy out of this. Zilla, Jacob, Roman. Bro.
Hikuleo, didn't they?
Huh?
They did just sign Hikuleo, didn't they?
Right, and that's Solo's other guy. That's Solo's other guy. So it's Rock, Solo, Hikuleo, Timitonga, and Tamalonga. Jacob Fatu, Zilla, Roman, Jimmy, and Jay. Dude, that's a 5-man traditional Survivor Series I want to see.
That's some big ass foreheads.
I don't think it happens this year though. I think everybody's missing it. I don't think it's happening this year.
A lot of super kicks.
Super kicks.
That's a lot of headbutts.
Oh, imagine all of them just start headbutting each other, and they're just like nobody's affected by
No,
it.
everybody's no selling.
Like,
Just what?
we got the same head.
Actually, Roman does a really good one because he really walks it off like he's shaking his head and stuff. Like, yeah,
That makes
his headbutt just makes it.
When he got attacked by Jacob Fatu, oh my god, that man sold like no tomorrow.
Well, it's beautiful. Like he's laying in. Jacob Fatu is somebody that like lays it in.
And the fact
And by the way, we're going to be going off here. We're gonna be like, oh no, we're still going.
Is calling out Jacob Fatu as being a bigger star than Solo.
No, that's the whole point of it. You're everybody's onto something with it. But like I said, if you look just at what the storyline is there, and you're like, oh, Jacob Fatu is the better, and you negate what Solo's doing and how it plays into The Rock coming back and how like all these pieces, because Tribal Chief still is Roman Reigns. Just because he doesn't have the necklace, he is the Tribal Chief. Any questions? Any questions? No, there is no questions about it. The fans proved that too. Now the fans all acknowledge him. So why wouldn't Jacob Fatu want to acknowledge him later on? Because you're onto something. Solo keeps losing. They lose to Roman and Cody. Cody's not even part of the family. Cody doesn't deserve to be in there.
Yep.
Jacob goes to Roman. It makes perfect sense. Now, if they don't do it that way, whatever. I'm still along for the ride.
Right. Yeah. Well, a lot was discussed here this evening. A lot has been. Well, let's see. We still have somebody commenting at let's see. Here we go.
We got Logan saying hi still.
Yeah. Logan's still sticking with us, man. I wonder if Zeke's
X
bar's
killing it.
still open.
Who knows?
Zeke's bar's still open. They still watching us.
This was a good debate, boys.
It was a good debate. We had a lot to talk about today. A lot happening in the week of wrestling, and surprisingly, there was more on AEW with airtime, and we talked about them less. But
wait,
I'm sorry.
AEW has
WWE's
5
not
hours.
interesting.
WWE has 6 hours, right? No, 7 hours.
Seven.
Oh, going to be 6 again. Thank God.
yeah, we'll be 16 and starting October 7th. but
Thank you.
When they come here to St. Louis.
It's on Netflix.
I mean, realistically, the third hour is all commercials if you look at it.
Oh yeah.
Out of the minutes.
Not SmackDown. Raw was 2 hours, but 1 hour of commercials.
Yeah, 70% of when they go to commercials, keep enjoying the show, picture in picture.
But really, if you really want to say it, WWE has more than that because they have Level Up, NXT Level Up. That's an hour.
Oh god,
there's significant hours in WWE. They're both about the same actually, with ROH being 2 hours.
You also have main event,
Yeah, and there's main event,
and if you count X,
Speed. WWE be putting on a lot of matches. Like there's wrestling everywhere, and that's what's beautiful about it. Hey, our buddies down at CHW just had a great event too this past weekend. So, or my buddies down at CHW.
And then what's TNA's one that's exclusive to TNA Plus? What was that, Implosion? Or
Implosion,
what
yeah.
God damn.
Yeah,
So
RCW, SICW has Explosion.
Well,
That's
SICW was
shit to keep up with.
Yeah,
Dude, it's beautiful. Like you
yeah.
got local guys putting out great stuff. You have the main event guys putting out great stuff. I'm proud of everybody. Keep it up. Keep it up. Go to your local shows. Don't forget to look. I know we've been spending a lot of time talking about main roster, but don't forget to get out to your local shows, man. That's the heart blood to what keeps pumping the main roster.
Absolutely.
Remember,
If you really think about it, like you could watch them from the beginning, and that's the best part about it. You know, we saw Ethan Page at an indie show.
I think my favorite thing was, I think it was like 2017. I refereed a couple shows for RCW.
Really?
Yeah.
I was just talking to Randy today.
Yeah, Randy messaged me because me and him went to high school together, and he's like, "Hey, you want to referee?" And I was like, "Absolutely."
Yeah, Randy's a good guy. He just messaged me. Hopefully we can get together and work some things out too, because I would love to help him carry on.
Yeah, I went to one of the local shows here last week or whatever. Just stop by and say what's up. One of the fans out there threw a chair at me.
Nice.
I didn't even do anything this time.
You deserve it.
You
told me to shut up. You told me to shut up way too many times this show.
It was Billboard Ann. I remember I poked her with her walking stick, a couple years back. Maybe she still remembers that one.
X, we love you. YouTube, you killed it tonight. Facebook, we love you. Twitch, looking at you, buddy. Our one guy. We'll see you guys next week. It's been a long night of wrestling. Remember your local shows. For the Rough Cat Rick Ruby, I'm the Gym City Mouth, and these two knuckleheads from We Talk Wrestling, Austin Cage and Dustin. Thank you guys for joining us.
And our knees.
Your mic just went out, dude. What happened to your mic?
My mic.
There it is.
What? It's been a long night, damn it. But hey,
yeah, Ruby,
thanks for joining us, guys.
40s, go to bed.
Yeah, it's like after midnight here. I gotta get up in 5 hours. See you guys. Have a good night. We'll be back here next week with the guest next week for episode number 162. Until then, we'll see you guys. Have a good rest of your night.